Jay, what are you cooking?
This is what I cook my my cow's feet.
Oh.
Smell that. It's goodness.
Want that hype train? Come on.
Oh no! Stop! No! Oh my god! Please don't fall! No. Oh my god. Get out! Get out!
Hype train.
No! So close. Oh no! Stop it!
Send me money. Send me money.
I
remember,
didn't see
like,
anything.
Send me money.
Watch it.
Be
careful. Oh my Stop it. You're going to fall.
money.
Whoa.
Send me
Dude,
money.
his butt.
money.
Oh my god. Now we're going to keep believing. Oh my god.
What the fuck is this damn Diglett that drops out of the...
Rossetti, bro. Mr. Rossetti! Hey, Ripper, it's Rossetti.
Diglett.
The heck is Rossetti? I didn't even finish.
Rossetti? He's a piece of shit mole that gets pissed off at you when you
points.
reset your console.
What the fuck is this damn Diglett that drops out of the... Damn Diglett! What the fuck is this damn Diglett that drops out of the...
Goddamn fucking conspiracy! I still got fucking second. Fuck you, Jeremy! And now I fucking got it on tape!
Whenever you both can poop with the bathroom door open, you know it's true love.
What's a Diglett?
What is a Diglett?
What's a
is
Diglett?
that?
Diglett is
The
a
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
You fucking uncultured fucks. I don't know what a Diglett is. That's Gen 1 shit.
I don't fucking know Pokemon. All right, I
Evolves in
like
the Doug Trio.
I love Nintendo, but I don't know
That's my
Pokemon.
new favorite word now.
But welcome to Tuesday night's main event. We got a full panel here tonight. What the
Let's
hell?
go.
Ryan looks miserable knowing that there's a full panel. It could run over 3 hours. I don't know. Ryan, you think we're going to make the 3 hour cut tonight?
Yeah, Jeremy's like, hey, let's bring on like 1 million people tonight. And we'll just sit to these 3 topics. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, hey, why don't we also just bring on someone else and talk about this fucking topic that'll take 2 hours? And I'm like, oh,
Right. You would think Ryan has figured out at this point in time that I don't have a plan. I just figure it out as I go. And yet here we are sitting at G&G headquarters here in Orlando. So eventually it all works out. Okay. It all works out. But
wow.
if we don't pick up, if business don't pick up here in the next few months, we may not be at G&G headquarters anymore, but we'll see. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of people here. Marcus Henry says the house is looking nice. Yeah, we're pretty happy with it. We're still working on a few things. It's been a lot. It's been an overwhelming, but in the best ways. And I think we got our internet situation almost resolved thanks to Ryan. And I think hopefully we'll know by tomorrow.
probably tomorrow we should get it worked out. So
we should be in good shape on that. But yeah, we've been creating some content. We did some vlogging, and me and Steph went over the vlog today, some of the edits. I'm not sure where we're gonna put that yet, but ultimately the goal is to get the vlogs up to the main channel standard in terms of not really her editing's. Her editing's great. It's more about the content we're out there and producing.
Jeremy wanted more booty shots of him.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know why. I really don't know why. He's just like more butt.
Someone in the chat said this too, and they're like, just it makes it worse that I was sober when that happened, and it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm always sober. I've never been drunk, so yeah, that's probably a bad thing. Good, but could you imagine what would happen if I did drink? Could you imagine? That'd probably be a pretty crazy sight. But it'll never happen.
Me down.
It'll never happen. We're never going to find out what that's like. But Tuesday night's main event, Ryan RK Outpost, he did not do anything with his background.
That's not true. That stormtrooper was not there for Friday Night Tights. That stormtrooper's head is now there. So I did do that. I've been trying to put together our little sports area up here by the big screen. So that's what I've been more focused on. You know, I'm about, doing things for the collective good of everyone.
Oh, yeah. Ryan's all about the collective. All about the collective. So
that's right. Just like Ripple. He taught me all about communism.
Oh, man. We got Ripa here who took 48 hours to respond to my text message. Just every day it gets worse. The richer he gets, the longer it takes to get a response. So,
oh man, there's a lot of people waiting on responses for me, to be completely honest. But nah, man, I just been busy, man, getting prepared for some Rippaverse stuff. We got some exciting stuff that we'll have planned going into this Ice 2 campaign, some assets that we're getting prepared. So me and my team been working, chipping away. We got some upgrades we're gonna have to our website as well. That we've been working on that I think we're in the next couple of weeks. So we'll have some great news for our customers going in the next couple of weeks with pertaining to like the Rippaverse, not the release of Ice 2, but just pertaining to the Rippaverse and other stuff that we got kind of up our sleeves. So I've been working on that. Per usual, try to get some videos here. DC gave me a little material today to talk about. But aside from that, man, all is good. Good to be here on a Tuesday night's main event.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. We got 2 new members this week who are going to be regulars, and they're also members of the Geeks and Gamers team. We have Fear the Beardo, who, just like every member of Geeks and Gamers, he's got a little roasted this week, and that's what happens. You got to get roasted. The roasting will happen for a few days, and then it moves on. So, Beardo, he's handling it like a champ. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing great. Yeah, it's been an interesting few days on Twitter, but I guess that's what makes the whole Twitter, our corner of the internet, really fun and interesting. So they're going to have a field day, though, once they realize that you're transitioning.
I was waiting to do that on a solo stream, Beardo, so I could get the right super chats, but now you done blown it all up now. So, but yeah, so it's good to have you here, bro. How are you doing? The hype man for G&G. You excited about main event?
Oh, I'm excited to be on main event. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad to be here. So let's get this thing going.
Man. Hell yeah. And then we got Rolo, who's he's already been through his roasting because this fucking idiot deleted a fucking video, a really good video on park hopping, and I properly roasted him for a few weeks. But this is Rolo from Locked and Loaded Latinos. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Always a pleasure to be here. On this, I'm ready. I'm ready for the show, and I'm ready for some Fortnite tomorrow.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Main channel Fortnite. Rolo's going to be hosting, and we're looking forward to that. So good to have you here, man. Good to have you, Mike. You lost a little weight in the opening, man. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up.
He's just pissed off because I fucked him up in Mario Kart real bad. Got more points than him and everything, man.
Okay, first of all, you didn't win a championship. You're the Atlanta Falcons of Mario Kart.
Listen about that bullshit. You literally,
okay?
You and the top 3 players in that night had to team up on me to stop me. You just got to keep the black man down. I don't know.
Yeah, welcome to being at the top of the leaderboard. That's what fucking happens to me every fucking week, Mike.
I've never targeted you, Jeremy. You're just
you are lying your ass off. You are
never
lying
once
your
said that.
ass off.
I've been nothing but nice to you all the time, every week. In fact, I've had your back. So
that is a lie if I've ever fucking heard one. You've
think
never had my
think
back.
I'm
the one that's had your back by allowing you to come back because half the fucking chat hates you because you scream too much.
Yeah, but then when I don't scream, they're like, "Why isn't Mike screaming? This is weird."
That is true. That is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is
And it's the other half of the chat that just wants chaos.
I know.
It's not that they so much like you; they just hate everyone else, so they want them to be miserable.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, what's wrong? Is he okay? He didn't scream at the top of his lungs just now."
All right, we found Mike's alt account right there. So there's your alt account.
Try to at least get an anime avatar or something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. At least add something
Low
to
effort.
it, Mike. You know.
Yeah.
But how's the Epic Verse coming along, man?
It's actually coming along really good. I mean, we kind of slowed down after the holidays, but we're picking back up again. We got some really cool stuff in the works. Maybe some people on this panel. I mean, we already know one person on this panel for sure, but maybe a couple other people on this panel, not just Jay. Going to be looking pretty awesome on some posters. Maybe some people with some really amazing voices. So yeah, I can't really say much more than that about who else is on these projects, but we got some big names coming in. Yeah, so really excited to get things going, and later this year talk a lot more about what we got going on. So
hell yeah, man. And Mike's been crushing it over on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. He's always wanting to give a shout out to Tabletop. So
yeah, man. It was a good time last week. So it's yesterday. It's getting out of control. Poor Rudeye's getting his ass kicked every week too. So the chat's screaming at him. They're like, "You're taking it too easy on him." I'm like, "Nah, he's just not. We're just better than he is." So
we got the ladies here. We got Steph, my nerdy home. Hi, Steph.
Hello, my voice is almost back. I'm really excited about it. I'm still coughing, but I'm excited to finally actually be able to talk. I can talk now.
Hell yeah. Good to have you, Steph.
Yay.
You included Jay as one of the ladies.
I know. I just try to ignore it.
I did not. I was going to introduce the ladies first, and I was going to outright ignore Jay. So that's what I was going to do.
Works for me.
We got Beep Krista Nova here. Hello, Krista.
Hello. I read Jay's book, and I really love it.
Oh,
and
nice.
I cannot wait for people to start getting their hands on it because I really enjoyed it, and I think that you guys will too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she was outside at the headquarters, and she was reading it all day. She came in, she was really excited. I have not yet. Jay, do you have any release date or anything on this? Do you have any idea when you're doing this yet?
February. I think we'll probably have something in February. So I'm just waiting to hear back from the printer so I could see what they will charge me for a book, and then what I need to charge. Just putting that all together. That's all. That's about it. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. It's interesting. So I think in February. February.
And Jay is the reason we were late tonight, by the way. So I just want to point that out.
Well, because we have been on multiple streams together, and you were saying, I swear I heard you say something.
I was joking when I said Rolo and Beardo are going to replace you.
But when the stream was over, not replace, just for this week, I was like, yeah, that's cool. I could do other things. It's no problem. So today I did my first short for Drunk 3PO channel.
Yeah.
Because I was we were talking about it on Saturdays about shorts, and I'm like, man, I can't stand shorts. And then I checked the shorts menu, and everybody who says they hate shorts are making shorts. They're all making shorts for that. And I was like, well, I'll do one today. And I released it, and I was like, all right, I felt pretty good about it. I freaking screwed up the audio, and it just comes out of the left ear. So it's a disaster.
I have a strict rule on shorts and any other videos out there. If I can grift from it, I'll make it. That's my rule from right there. So shorts, I think, are definitely going to be, I don't think they're going to be a long-term thing for YouTube success. I do think they're going to be a very short-term for the next year or two. I think they're going to be massively important for the next couple of years. Massively important. There's a reason TikTok has dominated and taken over. And I think it's a couple of things. I think it's the ease of the app is actually the way people can just kind of swipe to the next one or whatever, and how it feeds you. I don't know, with shorts feels like it needs its own platform to fully be maximized. But either way, YouTube's going to be pushing this. They're about to monetize it. It's going to be huge.
TikTok is meeting in front of Congress this week.
Yeah.
Are they not? I don't think TikTok will get kicked off, but I don't know. That's kind of weird that there's a lot of people in our government pushing for that. So
yeah,
but they want to be the only ones to spy on you. So
yeah,
I heard that.
That's true.
Yeah, the people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. Much like how Twitter, I think, hurt a lot of the discourse with people. I think TikTok has hurt, what type of content people want to consume. They want really short, quick, fast, type of content. Look at Mr. Beast's videos. I mean, Mr. Beast's videos are lightning fast. The editing style and everything.
To some extent, but there's also always been like ever since there's been real video on the internet, there's been a demand for like short style fucking stuff like that.
Vine.
Like Vine. You know what I mean? Like some of the funniest shit can ever remember were Vines. Yeah. Like in the early days of the internet. Just because it's short, it's simple, not super complex, but it's funny as fuck. So
yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, I don't think anybody's going to build a massive long-term following off of shorts, but I think that it's a way to create an opportunity to advertise some of your long-form content for sure. And I think that it's going to take off for a lot of people are going to grow channels. Depending on how they're able to sustain that growth in the long run will be up to them. But I do think shorts form content is going to be huge for the next few years. I mean, YouTube's putting a ton of emphasis and money into it for a reason, because they're seeing an ROI. So, I mean, I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. But we shall see. All right, so we're going to go get into our first topic here, and we got a ton of people watching already. Thank you. And we got mods in the chat dropping links and stuff like that. But the first thing we're going to talk about, Ripa was really excited about this. Ripa said he's closing up shop at Ripaverse. James Gunn has convinced him to just put all the states back in DC. But James Gunn had an announcement today. I think a lot of people were underwhelmed by it. I don't think that there was any home runs by any stretch of the imagination at all. And it seems like the focus. We'll let Ryan kind of prep us on what all was announced, but then we'll have a discussion about it. But I personally found it to be very underwhelming, and I'll say why in just a minute. But Ryan, take us away.
Yeah, everyone's been like anxiously awaiting what James Gunn is going to say. You knew he was going to catch hell, regardless of whatever he announced at this point, because he's already done a very unpopular thing. They fired Henry Cavill. They moved away from Henry Cavill as Superman. And I think a lot of people could potentially stomach that if you were just doing a full reboot. But now it's clear that that's not exactly the case, that some of these characters, it looks like they might stick around, especially any character that James Gunn specifically worked with. Seems like they're going to stay around. Isn't that interesting, including his wife, because she is in the Peacemaker show. But Superman got announced. Superman Legacy, not an origin story, but a younger Superman. One thing I did like that Peter Safran said about this was that our Superman embodies truth, justice, and the American way. He said that flat out to the press. So that's at least something. That's a step up from the normal DC comics we're used to at this point in time. But then a Batman, The Brave and the Bold, featuring Damian Wayne as Robin. So this is going to be a very established Batman. Obviously, the first Robin we're seeing on screen for a long time is going to be Damian, who's the newest Robin, really. So some interesting stuff, but also some really weird shit. Some very James Gunn-esque things that aren't going to seemingly appeal to too many people. A Green Lantern series. But overall, if you weren't excited about James Gunn taking over, you're probably not excited now. But the people who are ready for a fresh start seem like they're digging it.
Yeah, I was looking for. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, go ahead.
I was like, I think the only thing that really caught my attention was Swamp Thing, because he said it was going to be like a horror type project, but it's hard to say.
And they've just had a Swamp Thing TV show not that long ago either.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like James Gunn. I love Guardians 1 and 2. I love the holiday special. I liked what he did with Brightburn. I really enjoyed that take on what an evil Superman would be. But it doesn't feel like he's the guy that can. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't feel like he's a guy that can develop a universe around these DC characters. But I know Ripa, I know you getting a little content out of this, and who else better to ask but you about what you think about all this?
Yeah, I mean, I was never I kind of on the opposite side where you're at with James Gunn. I actually think he's the most fucking overrated the director, certainly in the comic book space, that really exists. And even in comparison to Taika Waititi, I think he's fucking trash. I think that a lot of his adaptations are terrible, and he hasn't shown me anything that he'd be willing to change any of that stuff. As far as I get it, Guardians, people like that shit, and they like that. But at the end of the day, now he's building a new universe, and if that's going to be his approach, it's dead on arrival. Because what he did with Guardians was take a bunch of characters and basically change fucking every last one of them, and they were just basically the characters.
Characters that nobody really knew also.
Right, with Guardians, with some of them. That's with like characters like Drax and all that. I can't really excuse that because definitely with them going into the whole Thanos situation, I would argue that anybody that knew Thanos had to fucking know who Drax was because he was specifically created to destroy him. Nonetheless, he is going yeah, you got some of the flagship stuff. Older, it looks like it's going to be a very established Batman that they're going with, while also doing the Brave and the Bold as well. So you got that. They're doing some Wildstorm stuff, it looks like, with the Authority, if I'm not mistaken. Some more obscure stuff, which I guess people are going to say, well, that's what he's good at, is taking kind of obscure characters and making them likable, which, again, disagree. All he's doing is taking characters that you have no frame of reference for, and he's just doing movies based upon them. So I guess we're going to get a lot of the same ones, which I think is why he picked some of these kind of more obscure approaches. Anybody referencing, of all people, Tom King, referencing his work, who to me is
the new Supergirl run. That's the new Supergirl run is the Tom King Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it's like of all people to reference in terms of their work, that dog shit, he's to me the one person that's let's say embodies everything wrong with modern comics. Piece of shit dude all around. But on a more important slate, like it's like you think about all of the mountains of source material that gets skipped because this is a recent phenomenon, right? Like I think, hell, that got published last year, like in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, with this recent Supergirl. So it's like, this is like, here they're skipping everything, and that's what they choose to adapt, certainly with that character. I think the only thing that people can maybe think of as promising per se, or something that people will get excited for, is going to be maybe that Lanterns, because you're getting John and you're getting Hal Jordan. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But there is some the Waller stuff. I don't know. There's some like, you can't, to me, launch like, okay, we're relaunching supposedly, which is not really that. Now we kind of know why they're using the Flash, and why they refuse to can that movie. It's because really they're trying to use that as a segue to this whole reboot situation. So they're using Flash as a segue into that, and they're going to be keeping Aquaman. It seems like they're going to be keeping Blue Beetle as well. And so yeah, and like you mentioned, some of the other characters that he had to do with, they're going to be keeping all of that. So to not use some of the other maybe flagship DC characters as kind of your center point, that I don't really understand that approach. But everybody is convinced that James Gunn's a fucking genius and he knows everything that I don't. So I'm not gonna go as far as to say that it's dead on arrival quite yet. Some of these shows for sure gonna be, but like, you know, who knows, man? Maybe he can kind of garner up some sort of enthusiasm for some of these projects, but I don't think this is the last guy that I would have like went with if you're going to try to have someone rebuild the entire sort of DC universe. And they're still going to go forward with a lot of Elseworlds bullshit. It looks like still they're going to do the Superman deal. It's going to be Elseworlds, so we're probably going to get Earth 2 deal. And they're still doing the Batman Part 2. So
one thing that they did make very clear was they want everything to be connected. And animated, when they do animated projects, it's going to be connected to the greater DC universe. And they're going to try to have the same person like voice the character, which is a pretty big commitment if they're doing that. And they want it to stay consistent throughout TV, streaming, animated, and films that are actually released.
That's how you sell.
I mean, it's impressive if you can actually do it. It's a fucking tall task to keep all that connected. But they said anything that is specifically not connected will be labeled as such. Todd Phillips' Joker 2, The Batman with Matt Reeves, for instance. But I think that one thing, if you're, for some people that are looking for a silver lining, and I know there's a lot of people that are going to be looking for that, I think that the idea of starting with Batman with Damian Wayne is my least favorite Robin, other than maybe Jason Todd.
Have you read that, Ryan? Because is it all right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's Batman's real son, who's like
Damian Wayne is his son, and he was raised by Ra's al Ghul, and he's a fucking assassin. Yeah.
It's Talia al Ghul's kid.
It's Bruce Wayne and Talia's kid. So that's who Damian Wayne is, and he's raised by his grandfather, and he's in the League of Assassins.
Does he know Batman's his dad?
Yeah.
Yes, and he resents him. He, like, Damian is very standoffish. He's an asshole. He's a prick. Yep. I kind of like him for those reasons. But the idea of doing that, they said we want to introduce you to the larger Bat family. Yeah. So we could actually be seeing like Nightwing. We could actually be seeing Red
We'd
Hood.
have to, right? If they're gonna go with Damian Wayne, like they
have to,
we have to see Red Hood and
Nightwing.
We have to.
Yes. So, and we don't have to because it's James Gunn who might do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
but like, if you are looking for the silver lining, there's that. You know what I mean? There's the idea that we could actually see like a Bat family that we've been seeing in the comic books and even to a lesser extent in the video games and stuff like that. You could potentially see that on screen, which would be fucking badass. I just don't think it's going to be done properly. So,
yeah, I mean, Beardo, go ahead. You chimed in there a little bit. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea to try to do the whole TV because the CW stuff, you know, the first few seasons of Arrow, I guess people liked. I enjoyed the first couple seasons of The Flash as well. So to make it all interconnected with the movies and the TV shows, even animated, I think that's good. But the one thing that concerns me is he said the video games too. And I thought we've like learned our lesson from that like these movie licensed cartoon, these comic book video games like this. It's just there's been so many failed attempts, like with Wolverine games and the Hulk games back in the day, and there was like a failed Batman Begins game that worries me. Like I like the separate titles, like the Arkham games and what they're doing with the new Sony Spider-Man games that are just like not attached at all. It's their own story. That's the way I think it should go with video games. But I mean, we'll see. What I think is interesting is just all this praise for James Gunn. With just a few years ago, he was fired from Disney for hosting certain questionable types of themes of parties, and all of a sudden he just came back and everybody just kind of fucking forgot about it. He stopped coloring his hair, he has white hair now, and everybody just kind of forgot that he's a creep. It's real bizarre.
Yeah, I mean the James Gunn thing. I mean he has made films that have been universally widely accepted and praised by the general audience and a lot of fans. I was definitely on the fuck James Gunn over when that all happened. But once all I can do is take a man at his word. When he did come out and basically apologized, I was like, hey, who am I to judge? Okay, dude said he apologized. Look, calling a spade, Twitter was edgelord central back then. If anybody that like, you can't say that shit now, but back in the day, Twitter was basically like edgelord central. It was.
Look at the guy, Harley. Who's the guy? Steph would know. The guy who got fired from The Flash. Remember that guy?
Oh, the elongated man.
Played elongated man. Like, his fucking tweets were like crazy. It was like, but it was jokes and fucking people doing edgy dumb shit, which all of us have done that from time to time.
I mean, so. I've even heard Ripa talk about how back in the day, man, right? Ripa, Twitter was wild west.
So the F slurs, you could do all that. It was free for all, bro.
It really depends on whether you think that it was jokes or whether you think it wasn't jokes.
Exactly. And I think that there's stuff that his little party that he had that leads to maybe it wasn't jokes, but man apologized, take him at his word on that. But I don't think he's fit. I just don't think he's a good fit for this. I just don't, it doesn't feel right. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, it feels like that whole Taika Waititi thing. Like, you find somebody that has a little bit of talent. He's a good writer. Like, I mean, he knows how to write movies. He knows how to write stories. But like I do agree with Ripa. He's gonna do whatever he wants with these characters, regardless of whether it's accurate or not. I mean, even his take on Suicide Squad, there was a lot of deviations from what these characters actually were. Like Polka Dot Man, nothing like actual Polka Dot Man, because he's a stupid character. Like, but he's like, well, I want to make him not a stupid character. I'm like, okay. But the thing is, giving somebody carte blanche to do whatever they want with this universe, because here's the thing, he said, hey, I want to dedicate my it's all about storytelling and unique properties. Each of these properties is going to feel unique, but then he mentioned he was writing like 5 of them. So that means they're all going to come through the lens of what James Gunn thinks is the right way to do these characters. The other thing about it is, they're still like leaving the door open on some ideas and some possibilities. And then you have people like, Batista today, who was like, hey, I went to James Gunn, who's my buddy, and said, hey, I'd like to play Bane. That would be like cool casting. And regardless how you feel about Batista, he'd probably do a good Bane. And he was like, no, we want younger actors. We want like somebody committed to 10 to 15 years down the line. And I think that that's a huge mistake too, because it means that you're going to find a bunch of young actors that are impressionable, that are going to just do whatever you want them to do, instead of doing things like, I don't know, taking a chance on Robert Downey Jr. and him actually being like an amazing Iron Man, and doing a great job with that character. So I think what it really comes down to is James Gunn wants things done the way James Gunn wants them to do it. He's talked about that before in his director and how he directs things. He doesn't let his actors do improv. He doesn't let them go off the cuff. He doesn't really accept feedback. He just kind of does whatever he wants, and then whatever he tells them to do is what they have to do, which works when you're creating something on your own, but I don't think it works when you're making comic book characters because, you know, look at all the some of the side properties he's doing, like The Authority. Like, I mean,
he's doing stuff that sounds very James Gunn. Yeah. Like he's taking these characters, like these things that people like have no idea who they are, and he gets to mold it with whatever he wants. The question is, that's acceptable to the general audiences when they don't know who it is, but how will it be when it is somebody they know?
The most iconic characters, right? The most iconic characters,
and that will be the biggest thing, whether this is successful or not. He can do all these little fucking things he wants. That it's not going to ride or die by that. It's going to ride or die by Superman and Batman. That's the reality. Yeah. When it comes to what Dave Bautista said, I'm okay with actually how that ended up because I don't think James Gunn should just be giving roles to people he worked with just because they know him. I think Dave Bautista is kind of a shit actor, and I think that he has admitted himself that he can't physically do the role of Drax anymore. Like it's just too much upkeep for him. So if James Gunn says that you can't physically do what I want you to do for 10 years worth of this character, I think that's a good thing. Not that I think the universe is going to be successful, but just like that specific instance, I'm okay with.
I don't know. I feel like what would have happened, and I'm going to toss it to you, Rolo, here in a minute, but what would have happened if Phil Jackson went to the Bulls and fired Michael Jordan? That's what I come back to with, and I know we didn't fire Henry Cavill, but not hiring Henry Cavill is the equivalent of
you let his contract expire.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like,
you know what I mean.
Okay, I didn't fire him. He was here and he was ready to be back, and the previous people said he would be back, and I decided I wanted to go a different direction. You can phrase it however you want. You can, you could say, well, I didn't really fire him. He just no longer works here. Hey, shut the fuck up. Well, Henry Cavill wanted to play him. He was ready to play him. He thought he was coming back to play him. Yeah.
They both made huge major announcements. DC and Cavill both went out and said, we're coming back. He's getting a sequel, and we're going to find out somebody to write the perfect story for Henry Cavill to come back.
Exactly. And I'm going to go back to something that I did not stay committed to at the time, and that's going back to when Rian Johnson changed the scar on Kylo Ren's face in the trailer for The Last Jedi, and you saw it, and so he changed the scar from Kylo Ren's face from what it was in TFA to The Last Jedi. And when we saw that in the trailer, people asked him about it, and he lied at first. He said, I didn't change anything. And then fans put a side-by-side of his face, and then he goes, okay, well, yeah, we did change it, so I thought it looked goofy or something like that. And I remember asking a question at the time before I was ever critical of Disney Star Wars, but I said, hey, if he's willing to change that, what else is he willing to change? Okay, now, you're James Gunn. You're going into a pre-existing universe. DC was created long before you, and it's going to be here long after you. You are coming in there to mold someone else's creation. Basically, you can play around with it, but there's certain rules you need to stay within. And that same thing should apply to the fact that I'm walking into a situation where Henry Cavill is already Superman, and Warner Brothers have recently just announced that he's returning, and there's a lot of fanfare. I, as a creative, should take full advantage of that opportunity, and he pissed on it. And he's like, no, fuck that. I don't want him. I want someone else. It just is a bad vibe. Rolo, what do you think?
Well, I agree. I don't think that James Gunn is the right guy for this. I like the general because I watched most of the video that he put out. I like unifying everything. I like trying to have the consistency. Beardo's right about the video game issue because video game timelines also tend to go crazy. We've seen that over the last few years that no game seems to come out on time. Nothing ever works out the way they wanted to.
Very good point.
Especially when it comes to games like we saw with the Avengers game. It was an absolute disaster. So there's no confidence that I have in that regard. But as far as trying to tie TV and movies, that's something that we've always wanted to see. So the framework is correct in principle. James Gunn is not the guy to implement it. He's good for those individual movies, so those off-the-wall franchises, but being the mastermind behind everything, I just don't think that he's the right guy for that. And, like you said, with Cavill, I don't like some of the decisions that he's already made. So it just kind of already leaves a bad impression going forward. So I can be cautiously optimistic. Maybe he'll do a good job and surprise everybody. but his track record for kind of handling something on this scale, I don't know. It just doesn't bring that much confidence to me.
Yep. Well said. Now, there's only one person everyone here was wanting to hear from, and he was asleep, and we were late because of him, but he's here now. Drunk 3PO. What are your thoughts on all this?
That was it.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. I wanted to see a cool Swamp Thing, man.
Does it remind you of your trips to the theme park in summer?
Yeah, right. Splash Mountain. Yeah, like he said it was gonna be like a horror style, which would be kind of cool. Everything else, I'm not much into DC too much. I don't know like what, but I agree. Like you wanted to get goodwill with everyone, just say me and Henry Cavill are sitting down and we're putting a movie together right away. I mean, that would have been a grand slam, and then he could have said, "We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this," and everyone would be like, "Yay, yay!"
Yeah, like why wouldn't you want to do that? Like Henry Cavill is probably the most popular actor right now. I would say he's definitely top 5. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can bring Tom Cruise into it, people like that. But like Henry Cavill, especially from like a nerd standpoint,
he's one of the most likable.
Yeah, so it's tough. I would say, like in terms of, do people have a general good opinion of him? Yes,
yeah, he's not a box office juggernaut or anything like that.
That's the thing. It's like what is he done for someone like in Hollywood looking at like what has he done box office wise to make you rely entirely on this dude? And when he had Superman, obviously, I like Man of Steel. A lot of people did not. It's not like it was a box office fucking monster. It made like $700 million. You had BVS, you had Justice League. So from that standpoint, how do people in the industry feel about Henry Cavill? And James Gunn even put out a tweet the other day that some people are seeing as almost shade towards Henry Cavill a bit when he said, I want to work with people I've worked with before and people that I've never worked with, people you've never heard of and people you have heard of. But at the end of the day, they need to be the right fit and they need to be easy to work with. And I heard that is like easy to work with. If you cast Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan, right? People would go fucking nuts if that happened. Like that'd be an incredible fucking thing to happen. Tom Cruise ain't easy to work with. Notoriously difficult to work with, but also demands the best out of each and every single person that's there. He wants to reward the audience. He wants to be fucking as perfect as can be. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they weren't easy to work with, but there's a reason for that. It's because of what they demanded of everybody and that they got the best out of everyone.
Christian Bale will trash your fucking lights, but he was a good Batman, okay?
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you can use that example.
They're going to do something with Green Lantern. And
they're doing it's with Hal and with Jon Stewart. And they said it's going to be basically True Detective Space Cops. Which I don't know if I dig that vibe necessarily for Green Lantern.
If they do that, it's dead on arrival. Hopefully they don't do that.
Yeah, that's kind of what they said. I don't know if they really mean that. They used a lot of analogies in this. The Wonder Woman, there's gonna be a TV show set in Themyscira like hundreds or thousands of years ago that's supposed to be like Game of Thrones. With a
bullshit.
Paradise Lost. Yeah. So it's gonna be like Game of Thrones, just with a bunch of women. Ugh. So
yeah, they did. You're right. Yeah, they said he said a Game of Thrones inspired whatever. It's like
what network is this going to be on?
Here's the thing too.
Probably HBO
Max.
DC,
man. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. Like, I mean,
inspired by the stories you have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck are you referencing these other? See, like I said, the more we talk about it, the more I'm like leaning towards maybe this shit is dead on arrival. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like the little bit I know about like the Authority, I know one of the main characters is basically like gay Superman, and then the other one's like gay Batman and stuff, so, and then you have an island full of women that, they're calling Game of Thrones and stuff. So already without saying it, that they're going to lean into, my diversity and my, how can we have representation within this too. And that's another thing that James Gunn has talked about before, didn't talk about in this announcement and stuff too, so that there's going to be a lot of those elements in these stories going forward too, because that's a lot of these companies think that's the future. So that's also the other concern I have, is how they're going to try to spin this so that things look the way they want it to and look as woke as they want it to. So
at the end of the day, if they fucking land Superman, if they fucking give a great Superman movie, and if they do a great Batman movie, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about the rest of it, to be honest with you. That's what it's all. And what is there really to get excited about these movies? Like until we have an actor, and then everybody will fucking fight about the actor till it's released, and until we see it, it's just kind of impossible to know because it's all riding on those movies.
Yeah, we've seen that before, but one thing that's just still concerning about the whole thing with Cavill and James Gunn, you know, not firing or firing Cavill is the fact that he's still open to bringing Ezra Miller back as the Flash after all of this.
I will say this, as much as I want to roast that, and I normally would, I think Ryan basically kind of gave me some clarity on that weeks back, but it's like, they have to leave that door open before the movie comes out because they need to maximize profits.
Right.
So I do understand that perspective. I do.
That's one of the situations where you can't judge it until the time comes. If they announce that Ezra Miller is back as the Flash after this, then you're all for it. But like, I get the position they're in. Probably nearly $500 million at this point wrapped up in that movie. $250 million production budget with expensive reshoots on top of that. Then you factor in the marketing and everything. Like they can't just be like, oh, by the way, you're never going to see Michael Keaton again. You're never going to see this Supergirl again. You're never going to see Ezra Miller again and expect people to go to the movie.
That's
true.
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 You think the guy they announced playing Superman, he'll get
yeah, he'll get compared to everybody. Same thing with Batman, just like it always
thing
is.
with Ledger and
Yeah. I forgot to do this. So since we have Rolo here, this clip means a little bit more. So dedicated to Rolo.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Never gets old, dude. It never gets old. Oh my God.
I love it.
I'll never stop using that clip. But I like seeing how people in the chat spell it. Like all of the people spelling it in the chat is the best part. Go ahead, Ryan.
I got Rolo Puerto Rican Monopoly for his birthday.
I gotta get it, man.
You did.
Yeah, but I didn't know he already had it. So.
Yeah.
No. I got it from my parents. I don't have my own cop.
Oh, there you go.
So I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, let me get this for them. So I need my own. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this whole thing goes with James Gunn, but I just think right now, nothing he has done has inspired confidence at all. And I always go back to it. This to me right now, based on where we're at, this starting to remind me of Disney Star Wars, where Disney was more worried about Disney-fying Star Wars instead of just giving us Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And it seems like James Gunn is into James Gunning the DC universe instead of just giving us the DC fucking universe as the fans want it. It seems like he's trying to make it his DC universe and not just making it about the characters. And that's all people really care about, James Gunn. That's all they really care about.
You got to put a little bit of that on the person who hired him, though. Like, you got to put a little of that on Zaslav. Like, because to me, you know what you're getting with James Gunn. Like, when you look at all the shit he's done, it's like, unless he's specifically telling you, I want to have my hands and my influence on a little bit of it, but otherwise I just want to do the normal fucking thing that everybody would do. It's like, you kind of know what you're getting when you hire that guy, I guess.
But I'll counter that with saying any intelligent person can look at the landscape of Hollywood and go, what's working right now? Simple, straight to the point stories. Top Gun Maverick worked because it was a simple yet, it was a simple story, but it followed the basic formula of why people go to the fucking movies. Avatar is another one of them. It's a simple formula, but it's why people go. Terminalist blew up. Like, the things that are really kind of standing out with people are those types of stories. Cobra Kai is a very simple, straightforward story. And, so when you're looking at how Marvel is failing right now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is definitely, like, I'm not saying that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is losing money or anything like that, but they are definitely going in the wrong direction. They are trending backwards because why? Because once they hit that peak with Endgame, they've tried to do all this weird shit that people just don't want. And with DC, you're already starting out 5 steps ahead with Batman and Superman. You're already ahead of the game. You just need to give a straightforward, simple, Yet, I mean, you can add a few things in there, to put your own flavor on it, but keep the overall mindset of why people care about those characters as the forefront of it. And I just feel like right now James Gunn's not doing that. That's not what it seems like to me. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm almost convinced, like, we've seen those AI art programs. At this point, will we be better off throwing all the best comics into an AI and just say, like, make a script out of this, and then we just need a director to choose how it looks, and then it'll probably come out better than the bullshit that they try to come up with over here.
So you mean the first few phases of Marvel?
Yeah, basically. just throw it in there. Yeah, just say, follow it straight up, make it look good, simplify it a little bit if it needs to clean up, and then you're done.
Yeah,
you'll need this director to throw in their bullshit and all that stuff, and you're done. But this is what happens with Hollywood all the time, and you see it with video games too. It's so frustrating because the formula is easy, but they don't want to do it. Every one of these people's like, well, I'm an artist. I have to do my own. I've got to put my fingerprint on this. And it's like, no, that's not what we want. We want to see the stories that we saw on the paper, on those pages, come to life. It's pretty fucking easy. And if they did that, they would never stop making money. They never would. So it's just weird. Aside from the political agendas that might be behind there, it's like they're averse to it. And it makes no sense sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marvel was weird because they came out, like just these weird. Did Jeremy just leave?
Yes.
Yeah, it's scratch my balls.
Okay,
can I go back to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for pointing it out, Jay. Now everybody's gonna know.
Well, you said something. I was like, anyway, whatever. But my point was something to do with Disney Plus. Anyway, like they
said Marvel in the beginning.
Like they were cramming so much stuff to try to get people back on Disney Plus, and then Star Wars got that order too, is no more movies, let's get Disney Plus, and then Disney ends up losing $1.8 billion in a quarter for Disney Plus. I just think Marvel was just so filled with rushed, I don't care, just throw it out there type stuff. It was awful. So yeah, they're going in the wrong direction, and they're not keeping people on their streaming service. They're losing all that money, and if they keep going down that same road, it's just going to be garbage. But Ant-Man 3 is supposed to reset the whole thing, so that'll be interesting.
Those Disney Plus shows were also like really misleading when they first came out. That you thought they were going to like be significant and mean something, when really after we've got done watching them, they were all just kind of like really build up and backstory for the movies. Like that's WandaVision was just lead up for Doctor Strange, right? And same thing that they're going to do with Falcon Winter Soldier. That's going to be the lead up for Captain America 4. So there was no real like stakes in those shows when we thought they were going to actually mean something.
If you miss it, you're going to miss part of the
exactly.
So that's what they were trying to do. Like even like with Star Wars, with the Book of Boba Fett, it's funny to me, like when they released the teaser trailer for Mando 3, a lot of the comments were like, wait, how did Baby Yoda get back with Mando? How did that happen? Wait, isn't he supposed to be with Luke? And it's like, shows how
Disney
people have
wanted
checked out of Star Wars because they didn't watch Book of Boba Fett. So it's just, it's wild, man.
Did anybody else chat freeze for anybody else?
The chat,
it's not moving.
StreamYard,
Yeah.
Chat on YouTube.
The chat on
still
YouTube
live,
is
but it's just
frozen.
not moving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's frozen.
Yeah.
I just don't think anyone's talking.
Yeah,
No,
my
there's
point-
Mesmerized by Jay's explanation.
There's no-
my point wasn't that great.
It's going over here, over there. It's
Jay destroyed the chat. Like
Broke you?
Jay,
Yeah, it's broken.
you remember when bots came in Jay's chat one time and put Fs? Now
Now
he's
started
the
putting
first
Fs
person-
because they're
he's
like,
the-
you suck. I was
he's the
like, how
first
do
person that
porn bots
stopped-
give me Fs?
Yeah, he's the first person that stopped the chat. Like Jay was so boring that he froze the chat with 3,000 people watching.
There it goes.
No, I think
There it goes. It's going back.
I think Jay actually did make a good point though. Like, if you didn't
You
watch Book of
think
Boba Fett,
Jay actually made a good point. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike.
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's shocking.
I mean, you broke the chat. I'm trying to help you here. All right.
No, I said thank you.
You hate me. So the thing is, like, if you didn't, like you said, if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, you missed an important plot point, people are going to be like, well, what's going on with Mando? And I don't understand. Here's the thing. If you're going to connect the games and the shows and the movies, and it's all going to play off each other and stuff, you really got to thread the needle on what's going to be important and what's not. Because the thing is, Marvel in the beginning said everything's connected, all of it's connected. And then they flat out just said, yeah, the shows kind of do their own thing. And like a lot of everything was beholden to the films. They picked the films and they said everything is beholden to those. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't affect the movies. In fact, the shows were affected by the movies. And so that's kind of the continuity that they built with. And so you got to think, okay, well, are you just going to build these shows out and make them good and then occasionally have crossovers? Or are you going to try to make it so if you didn't play this video game, you're not going to know what's going on in this movie? I mean, like, how interconnected are you going to try to make this? Because if you have to do all of it and go across all this media to make it work, it's not gonna. The story will be incomprehensible. But I mean, the idea that you're going to use the same actors and things like that, and maybe they make cameos in games and stuff, I think could be a good idea if you cast correctly and people like these characters. But once again, you know, getting rid of the MVP that you had in Henry Cavill was a really big mistake starting out. So.
Yeah. Phil Jackson wouldn't be the 11-time champion if he fired Michael Jordan when he walked in the door. So I guess we'll see what happens. We got a $50 super chat from Zanaximus. Hail, Geeks and Gamers. Besides, obviously, Hogwarts Legacy, do you all have any new games releasing this year that you're looking forward to that are not a remake, remaster, or even a sequel? Anyway, good job on getting Geeks and Gamers headquarters set up. Can't wait for the tour. Thank you, Zanaximus. 100% appreciate that. And yeah, we definitely will get some content here, and then eventually a tour will happen. I don't know when that's going to be, but you will be seeing a lot of content here from the house. In terms of an original games that are releasing this year, I'd have to look and see what's on. I mean, I don't think there's a ton of original games.
Starfield.
Starfield is one. If it comes out.
If it comes out, yeah.
Redfall looks better after that developer direct they did too, but that's like another Left 4 Dead kind of thing.
Yeah.
Didn't Jedi Survivor get delayed?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
6 weeks, I think.
I mean, that's a sequel.
And then obviously Tears of the Kingdom, you know, but that's a sequel.
Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League looks
there you
dumb.
go. That
does look pretty good. Yeah.
I said it looks dumb. Don't agree with me.
I like Rocksteady just because what they did with Arkham. Sorry, Jay.
No, that's my fault. I'm like I hear.
Like
go ahead.
Rocksteady. I'm on good terms with Rocksteady just because of what they did with Arkham. But I did see some stuff come out about that Suicide Squad game. Looks like there's gonna do like a live service.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Marvel's Avengers
and shit. That is looking very discouraging for a game that I was actually kind of hyping up.
Yeah. I got to show this. Where is Jay? Is Jay all right? Because the super chats cover him up. That's the best part of it. So every time you send a big super chat, you're gonna cover Jay up. But listen, I'm no expert on it. Okay, I'm not an expert by any means. Okay, but from my experience, if you come in here and say shit like this, you're only gonna create more super chats for us. Because Blue Boy says y'all a bunch of crybabies. You have your own agendas and you cry for super chats.
Yeah.
What's my agenda?
Very much.
Please tell me.
My agenda is 100% super chats just to make you cry, Blue Boy. So, Blue Boy, all of the super chats from this point forward are dedicated to you and your beta tears that you can also use to masturbate, since a woman will never touch you. So enjoy the rest of the super chats that will directly fund Geeks and Gamers for the rest of the stream, Blue Boy. All right, thank you.
Blue Boy was just like, I think he was just really feeling emotional because of The Last of Us episode 3. And he's also like upset with himself because he couldn't get through the thing without coming, thinking about gay sex.
I
personally what I
thinking about Lou.
No. I think he's upset because he couldn't get tickets to Star Wars Celebration to be a part of the new Star Wars drag panel.
I didn't even put that in the. I didn't even put that in the title.
Let's be real. I mean, ever since Disney bought Star Wars, it's kind of been a drag.
Oh my God, no, you're done. You're done for that one. That was so bad.
Okay.
That was.
You mean take the night off or?
Why?
It was so bad.
Saying. I thought that's a fucking great joke. Y'all relax.
Not good. It was not good.
I gave Ryan the softball, and he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, my tweet kind of went a little crazy there.
Whoa.
Kevin, $100. Cheers, Beardo and Jay. Woo! Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. Stunning and brave Blue Boy. Blue Boy, look at that, Blue Boy. Blue Boy, you are helping fund the future of Geeks and Gamers. Thank you, Blue Boy.
Shout out.
I apologize for Ryan's jokes. I really, really do. That was not good. Ryan's usually got great on the point jokes. Super Mastermind.
That was fucking great.
$50 says Blue Balls.
Damn.
Jay, since you broke that story to the internet, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Star Wars drag panel?
Yesterday.
Dedicated to my man Blue Boy. He may be soy, but he's a dedicated fan of Geeks and Gamers.
Thanks, Blue Boy.
Would you like to introduce Jay so he can say something and then completely ignore him?
It's okay.
You know, Jay knows how it is around here.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, but would you like to introduce since you broke the story, did that tweet go super mega viral? Go ahead, Jay.
No, because you don't want to like it. Fuck up. I kind of expected it. He was a little late on it, but he got it in.
It took me a minute to find it.
I knew. I kind of figured. Like usually you get it like right.
No, go ahead. No, seriously, you got your shout out.
You don't really like. You don't really. I knew when you liked it, Jeremy, because Jeremy never likes any of my tweets. He's like, he's gonna make a video on it just so he can go back to Twitter and go to his liked tweets to find it. That's the only reason why he likes anything. But yeah,
he doesn't use the. I just use the bookmark tab. I don't even bother liking it.
I didn't think it was true at first, and because for some reason the gay Jedi showed up like on like these are accounts you might like. You know how that goes. Like these are accounts you might like. The gay Jedi. I was like, how am I? Why? And so I'm reading this thing. And I thought it was fake until the official Star Wars account responded saying, like, I can't wait. That's why when I quote tweeted, I wanted to quote tweet the official Star Wars account so people would say, oh, yeah, so if they co-signed, it's got to be real, you know? And so they could see it. It's just like, I just can't believe this is where we are with Star Wars. It's like,
it's amazing. Listen,
you've been to Celebration before.
Yes.
I've been to Star Wars Celebration before. It was about lightsabers, guns, you know, and showing teaser trailers. Like that's it. And now they want to say the oh my gosh, it got even worse now.
Oh yeah, no, like Krista or Steph, can we pull it up? Or right, Jay, if you want to pull it up so we can show.
I'm blocked by everybody. I can't pull it up anymore. So that's why
you know you can do you can do incognito tab, Jay.
I don't know how to do that. But
by the way, real quick before you continue on that,
okay.
But you know, Jeremy, it's a genius move to create that Blue Boy account just to get money out of us. It's a hell of a grift.
You wish.
And then how much, Jeremy? How much did you pay Blue Boy for that? Listen, Ripa could confirm this. Okay,
you wish Jeremy's that smart.
Ripa could confirm this. All right, we have the dumbest fucking haters on the planet. Okay, they are so incredibly stupid that I don't need to forward think that much. They're just that dumb. So it makes it really easy. That's why Ripa has his monetize your haters, and they just come on there and he just sits there and laughs at them, and he just makes money over and over again. So anyway, Jay, back to you.
I was just saying, like I remember Celebration California when at the time I wasn't part of Geeks and Gamers, but all you guys went, had a great time, had meetups and everything, even though it was just a weird time for Star Wars. But now it's like, this is a place where children go. This is a place, you know, where they just show up and they like the vendors are really cool because you could buy a lot of classic figures and toys and stuff. Anyway, they even have tattoo artists there that'll put lightsabers on your body real quick. But now it's like it didn't take long for Disney to approve a drag panel, and the way they're describing it is like, Mandalorian is in drag because he always wears a helmet, so he's drag. So if you like being in drag, you're gonna be like the Mandalorian. You're gonna be like Padme. You're gonna be like Ventress. They kept using these characters, saying, "Oh yeah, there it is." It's like that's drag. It's a form of expression, and it's like no, it's not. And then they want to compare it to cosplayers. They're like, yeah, well, just being in drag is being a cosplayer. And you're just like, no, that ain't it either. So it's that they're trying to inject this thing into stuff that's been around for a long time and saying like, no, if you do this, you're a drag queen, you're a drag this, you're a drag that. And it's like, it's unbelievable, that it's like, and like you said in your video, it's like, is it their right to invite these people? Yes, but they don't invite the other people. It's like it's very left bias.
What's
like
the opposite of drag queens?
Well, in their eyes, it's MAGA people. Yeah. In their eyes, it's MAGA people. Panel. Like, but the point is behind what Jay's saying and what I was saying is that it's like let's take a direct example we have here on the panel. It's Ripa. Does Ripa sit there and go, hey, this specific group of people, you specifically, I want to pull you into the Ripaverse. We need your kind of people in here, but those other kind of people, we don't want those other kind of people. That's a fucking horrible business model. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say, Ripa? I don't care where your money comes from.
Fucking money. Like,
you know
I don't give a fuck where you from, what you feel like. I don't give a shit. I take, you even hate me, I'll take your motherfucking money. Like, 100%. You can go purchase Ripaverse items.
Yes.
Ripa says, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you pay me. That's Ripa.
Basically.
Michael Jordan says Republicans buy shoes,
but buy sneakers too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And that's where the problem is when you go out of your way to embrace certain groups of people, only to say these toxic fans are not allowed. It's a problem, and it creates a whole new set of problems for you.
Listen, I'll take it a step further. This whole time when we would complain about The Last Jedi, you know what their argument was? Hey, Star Wars is for kids. Shut up. Star Wars is for kids. Shut up. Yeah. Star Wars is for kids. This stuff is not for kids. This is not for kids. This is the stuff that we fight. This is the stuff that we don't want in our schools. This is the stuff that we see, on the internet where they're like, hey, we're inviting drag shows to the library. We're inviting drag shows to our school. We're inviting drag shows to elementary. We see this stuff and we're like, this is disgusting. It needs to be removed. We don't want this around children. If you want to go dress in drag, there's other places you could go do it as consenting adults, but we don't want this around kids. And if you've been telling us for years that Star Wars is for kids, so we should just shut up, then why don't you follow your own advice? And this is not for children. It's not. This is not for children. Mm-hmm. But you co-signed it. You had your official account say, we're going to watch it with you and we're going to push it. And it's disgusting. That's just how it is. Sorry if you don't feel that way. Call me whatever you want. But there's going to be so many children there and you're going to try. Look at the last line. It says, we want to resonate and influential presence. Like they want to influence people to their cause. Like it's right there in front of us. You know what I mean? And it's like it's horrible to see that this is, that they have injected our IPs with stuff like this. Sorry, I didn't mean to get loud, but it's like it's horrible to see that people are going to be taking their children there, and it's right there. They want to influence. You know what I mean? Like they spell it out. It's like it's right in front of us, and Star Wars and Lucasfilm and all of them are just like, yeah, cool. Come on in and influence our audience to what you believe. And that's okay, because we will co-sign that. And this is where they are. And they wonder why, like, we don't give a crap anymore. They brought out Andor. Everybody says Andor is the best Star Wars that nobody watched. I mean, She-Hulk got better ratings than Andor. It's out there. And it's like nobody cares about this stuff because you keep pushing this garbage. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. And at this point, it's like laughable, because it's like just when you think they could get any lower, they just go ahead and do something like this. Yeah. And then the more we speak out, they're like, they're going to push harder. They're like, yeah, those are homophobic people, disgusting people. Like they don't understand what we're doing. No, we understand perfectly what this is. And this isn't for kids. If you wanted to go rent some strip club or something like that and do this, go ahead. That's fine. But this is an event where there's going to be tons of children around of all ages. Yep. And you're like, and the last line there says influence, like, they want to be influencers. I'm sorry. It's like, it's awful, man. It's awful.
Never apologize, Jay. Never
No.
apologize.
I don't normally talk like that. I'm just saying.
No, but see, look, this is the kind of stuff that you have to, you address this with shame and ridicule. That's really the only way that this is going to stop. Yeah. When you shame these people and you say, no, this is wrong. This is not for children. It's exactly like what Jay said. That's the only way it is ever going to stop, because they shame and ridicule people trying to teach their kids the right way of life. Like, look, I get this all the time in the Second Amendment community. Oh, you're teaching kids how to use guns and things like that. No, I'm teaching kids to be responsible, to know how to handle life and to handle certain situations. What you're trying to do is sexualize childhood by introducing themes and things that don't belong there. That's something that's completely different. And, until we basically push back against that to an extreme level, like, basically not going to give you money, we're not going to accept this, and, basically meet them with that kind of ridicule and pushback, it's not going to go away. And it's the only way that's going to do, because this is a bigger cultural issue than just Star Wars. This is basically infecting and permeating everything within our society. And they're specifically targeting children because they know children are impressionable. So they know adults like us, we're going to look at this and we're going to be like, okay, this is pretty ridiculous what you're doing here, but it's whatever. Like, you go ahead and do your thing. If you're not messing with me, it's fine. But children, they don't have that awareness yet. So they inject things into franchises they love, and it seems innocuous at first. But, I mean, look at the language that they're already using there. Asajj Ventress is a queer rebellion. What are you trying to introduce here already? You're introducing themes that just don't belong in a children's franchise. And like Jay said, they emphasize, well, it's for kids. Well, it's for kids. No, because now you're injecting your own agenda here that doesn't belong.
And let me get clarity on this first. And again, ultimately, what I'm about to say doesn't really matter, but it's about proper context. This is not written by Lucasfilm, correct, Jay? Like what we're looking at. This was written by that gay Jedi person.
They put a panel
co-signed
together.
it. They
co-signed
it.
They put a panel together. They did the proper. They sent in an application if they could have this, and Star Wars Celebration approved it, and then the official account co-signed it. And they put this out, but Star Wars isn't coming out saying, yes, some of this isn't true. Like they're not coming out and saying, yeah, you probably should have worded it a little differently, because they use the official stamp on the top and everything else.
Well, they fucking replied. And the person who runs the reality is, with this entire situation, this is the only audience that Disney Star Wars has left. This is the one that they've been pandering to. This is the one they've wanted. They have encouraged these disgusting freaks. That's what they are. These people are fucking disgusting freaks. They've co-signed it. They've said, this is okay. This is acceptable. These are the fans we want. And if you don't agree with this, you're a bigot. They have drawn that line in the sand time after time. It's why people are fleeing Disney Star Wars, because, spoiler alert, there's not a whole lot of these disgusting freaks that actually sit there and watch this stuff. They're not in the majority. They're a small fringe minority of people. That's what Lucasfilm and that's what Disney as a whole is pandering to right now. And that's why they're in the hole so badly.
You're really well said, Ryan. And yeah, it's all they have left. And it is a sinking ship at this point in time. Yeah. There is no enthusiasm for Star Wars whatsoever. Star Wars is not turning the needle. We saw that from Andor. Andor should have been a series that under a healthy Lucasfilm, it wouldn't have broken any records. It wouldn't have, it wouldn't have broken any records or anything, but it really would have been a series that people would have paid attention to under the right circumstances, with the right creativity
you know what they're doing now?
It.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, I didn't mean to cut you. But you know what they're doing now? When the Mando Season 3 teaser trailer hit, in order to generate even more buzz, these freaking weirdos went out of their way to trash Gina Carano yet again. Oh, I hope she's dead. I hope she's not in the series. I hope she's this. I hope she's that. Just to kind of get the whole thing all fired up again. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this now that Gina's not in it and stuff like that. And you're right. It's all they have, because nobody really cares anymore. It's like they're just trying to stir something up. Maybe we can get into more fights on Twitter, online. So maybe it'll bring more hype to me and everything. And all of us are just sitting back like, yeah, we don't care anymore. Like, just go. It's yours. You won. You have it. Go. Enjoy it. We gave it to you. Do what you want with it. And this is what they're doing with it. Drag shows. So
that's why we always need the alternatives, though, like the Rippaverse and things like that, because eventually they'll just, if we keep conceding ground, they'll just push us to the edge of the cliff and we'll have nothing left at the same time. So either you need to keep building a bridge while they're trying to push you off the cliff, or you need to basically stand and push back. The reason that the freaks always get what they want is because they're the most vocal ones. They don't have the money, they don't have the backing, but they have influence and they have a voice. So if you don't counter with influence and a voice as well by building your own product, or going in and trying to take over theirs, because let's be honest, a lot of these companies were subverted by investors that, you know, took over the boards and they infiltrated that way and they started influencing their companies, bringing in woke policies, HR, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to take existing companies back, you have to do the hard and dirty work of basically infiltrating and taking them from within, or hoping that you get an Elon Musk type of character that's going to buy it. That's a 1 in a million shot. It's not going to happen. So, or you build your own stuff, which again is going to take time to build, because you're going up against juggernauts that have billions of dollars and that have, let's be honest, the government tips the scales there, whether it's our government here or the Chinese government. There's a lot of influence in the entertainment industry. So that's kind of where we're at and where the fight is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really glad that Jay kind of signal boosted this last night for real. Like, I know we meme a lot and stuff, but I probably wouldn't have seen this if you wouldn't have signal boosted it. So I'm glad you did, Jay. So good work, man.
Can I just share one quick thing just to show you?
Can.
This is for Ryan's point as to how, if you could share the screen, how just dumb these people. So it says amplify. So this tweet that's deleted is the tweet about the drag panel. I'm blocked, so I can't see that. It says amplify this panel because once again, the fandom menace are trying to say this isn't Star Wars, even though the source material embraces it. Kenobi, Padme, Mando, Ventress, and the entire OT trio at one point was in drag.
Yeah, they like
that. That's that. I'm like, what are you freaking talking about? Like, you know what I mean?
It's these people who need to find some sort of representation, everything. The ones that go back 200 years and be like, oh yeah, this dude was actually gay and black, by the way. So like, this is actually like a gay black author somehow that was, you know, white and straight. They constantly feel the need to do this. So because Luke Skywalker and Han Solo like wore stormtrooper armor to pretend like they were somebody else, they associate that with drag. Drag is something that is inherently fucking sexual. Yep. That's what it is. Don't pretend like it isn't, you fucking creeps and weirdos out there. That's what it is. And you're trying to bring that to a playground near you effectively. That's what all these people are doing. Like some of the videos that are coming out of this disgusting shit. And that's not all drag people. That's not all drag shows. But it's pretty clear what the intention is in a lot of ways. And it's pretty clear that at Star Wars Celebration, not just for there to be a drag panel, but for the official Star Wars Twitter account, who's probably some like 40-year-old white dude who's just trying to seem cool and hip and virtue signaling, still like a woke piece of shit that he is. The fact that Star Wars official Twitter account is signal boosting this and co-signing this, it tells you that, yeah, Star Wars is dead. It has been for a long time. And the sooner people wake up and realize that, the better off you'll be.
Yeah. I mean, look, and to Ryan's point about it being like in nature sexual with the drag stuff, like this person's name was what? That gay Jedi. That is basing your sexuality on your you have to have your sexuality tied to it. Imagine like that straight Jedi. Like no one's running around with that name. You know what I mean? Like the fact that these people have to name themselves based on their sexuality, it's weird. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means it's fucking weird. And that's what drag is in terms of like it's a sexual in nature. And so yeah, Star Wars, you know, the argument was always it's for kids. Why are you guys taking it so seriously? And now look, to Jay's point. So it's wild, man. So keep roasting them. That's what we're gonna do. We got a big Rumble rant from Jay Schwalbach. $111. A Rumble rant. Says on a Carnival cruise, wife wanted some jewelry and said, if you can give to the Geeks and Gamers guys, you can afford this. Thanks. My love for you guys just cost me $2,800 for my love for her. Balance in the universe. Jay Schwalbach is one of the coolest people, man. This is the dude that showed up at the Vegas meetup with the walrus penis bone, just so I could use that to beat Dan Vaskin bragging rights. And that was his introduction. Like Jay Schwalbach super chatted and supported a lot. And he just walks up because, hey, here's a whale penis or walrus penis bone. So you beat Dan Vaskin's ass. I'm like, thank you. He's like, I'm Jay Schwalbach. Well, what the fuck, man? Holy shit. So,
that's a hell of an intro.
It really is.
Nobody's gonna top that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Bruce over on Locals. Hang on just a minute. I want to catch this real quick. Bruce over on Locals, $15. Says a few extra bucks to hold off on eviction. But this is the point I wanted to get to. Not looking forward to the Wednesday show becoming an OnlyFans stream. That is only Drunk 3PO. It's not all Geeks and Gamers. So only Drunk 3PO will be doing the OnlyFans Wednesday stream. Okay?
Wait,
that's
what?
it.
What is that? I never heard that.
Don't worry about it, Jay. Another layup, and Jay just watches. I'm Chris Paul or Gary Payton. I'm Gary Payton throwing the alley oop to Sean Kemp, and Jay standing there in another number 40 Sonics jersey, just watching the ball.
You know what he's doing to you, Jay? He's literally trying to traffic you right now. That's what he's doing. He's trafficking you.
Sean Kemp was an actual retarded person. He went to the high school that was like my high school's rival. And I heard a lot of stories about Sean Kemp. Fucking dumb as shit. He probably got those that's why he's got like small retard hands or something too. He's like misshapen and shit. Couldn't palm the ball. But he can fucking jump, so that's all that matters.
So quick programming notes. So we have we announced it on Sunday, but Sunday Night Mario Kart is moving to Monday nights. That is a scheduling change because of everything we have going on here in Orlando. So this coming Monday, Mario Kart here on the main channel, and then tomorrow night here on the main channel we'll be running Fortnite. Normally that runs on Geeks and Gamers Play, but that show has been promoted to the main channel now, and so we're looking forward to that tomorrow night. So looking forward to that. All right, Ryan, what did you have to say? Do you have anything else? Do you remember? You probably forgot now.
I don't remember what it was. It wasn't important. It's like a joke or something.
Well, we got Sindek. George the Giant Slayer is 30 subscribers from 60K.
Whoa.
Chat, you know what to do.
Baby.
Chat, you know what to do. Mods, you know what to do. Drop that link for George the Giant Slayer. Also, question for Eric. Do you have plans to make ISOM an animated series? Would you let a streaming service touch it?
Probably no on the latter, unless it's the Riververse streaming service. But on a serious note, that is something that we've entertained. I think of all the from a logistics standpoint, of all of the like non-comic book related aspirations that I have, I think that's the one that's closest within reach. I mean, who knows? Maybe we've already been in the works of something. I'm not gonna say that we are or we're not. But that is something that I certainly would like to entertain. But, you know, I'm a hard-headed person, man, with my business. And I don't like the idea of other people being in charge of my property. So that's something that I just don't see myself doing. That comes with investors. That comes with all of this stuff. So I don't see a streaming service per se getting hands on it unless I'm controlling the entire damn thing. And obviously that what's in it for them in the event that that's the case. So I just don't. I don't see that happening. So as with everything else, it's one of those things where as much people as, you know, people invest in this company as far as buying books, you know what I mean? That's where the investment has to come from, buying merchandise, buying all that. The more we bring in, the more other things that we can kind of do. But I'm not really in the interest of letting someone else like get hands on the projects. I don't think I can have that happen.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I think at some point you're going to face some tough questions on that, because obviously you want to get it to the masses, but you're never. It's like who are you actually like? You can't control every aspect of it forever in terms of like if you want to grow it. So then you got to bring more people into it you trust, and there's gonna be big money involved. And like, man, I want to fucking kick Marvel and DC's ass, but in order to do that, we got to take some big steps. So, you know, it's gonna be that's why somebody like him's gonna be in that position, because you know tough decisions are gonna have to be made. But a few people are probably better equipped than Ripper to do that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. So, Online College Dropout says the Geeks Gamers team take care of their own, and I love it. The 5 to 7 times Jay loses train of thought on TNME, and you guys are there to bail him out, and it's awesome. Jay, how you feel about that?
It's not that I lose the train of thought. Sometimes I'm like, the wires get crossed. So
it's like you're on a train, but somebody fucking built 2 tracks. You're like, what the fuck am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
Salty Source Rex, Jeremy, I want to say that I'm Asian.
Freak that avatar. Look at that.
I'm Asian, and the other night watching you play Fortnite was cringe how bad your aim is. Please get better or get some glasses. By the way, when will we get to see White Mike on Tuesday night's main event? Beardo got the Jack Murphy beard. So now
what
Beardo's
does him being Asian have anything to do with it?
I was just gonna say that.
Are you saying that everybody's got bad eyesight? Well,
first of all, I think you might be roasting. He might be roasting Rolo, which Rolo was not a bad shot at all. But I haven't hosted Fortnite in a long time.
It's my perspective.
I think you're accidentally roasting Rolo, who's damn good at the game.
Dropping down the most kills, and I get disrespected anyway. It doesn't matter.
Hey, welcome to my world in Mario.
As long as we get the dubs, it doesn't fucking matter. That's all.
Why did you say what is Asian?
He's just throwing it out there, I guess.
I thought I missed something on a Fortnite stream. Some kind of racist joke I didn't hear about.
Nerdrotic in the chat. Gary's got a good one here. Swamp Thing. Wow, I need 100 subs. Z sleeping. Jay. Oh man,
nothing to say.
We also, we don't need to talk about what.
Like that, I was surprised that you came back and asked him, because I was thinking to myself, he already gave his opinion. He interrupted just to say
exactly. I was like,
yeah,
it's like announcement of Superman, Supergirl, Batman, and Robin, like all this shit, and just like that Swamp Thing. That looks cool.
Big gulp.
I can relate with Swamp Thing.
A lot of times I joke, I make jokes about Beardo, Ryan, Rolo, Mike, whoever, Jay. But this is a real gay person here, Dan. So, guys, I want you to welcome Dan to our community. Dan Vask. He's a really interesting guy.
He wants Beardo to read this chat.
Yeah, there you go, Beardo. This is all you.
Give us an old wizard. I got to say that in a wizard voice?
An old wizard voice.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Which I don't know what the difference between what your wizard would have been or what your old wizard would have been. But...
Cabetti? Okay, all right.
It's abracadabra.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
but the second one is
second
Cabetti.
part,
yeah.
All right. Fuck. An old person? Like, I'm going to do Dan's Joe Biden impression, I guess. Abracadabra. Abracabetti. Blue Boy's PP is now spaghetti.
There we go.
That was really good.
That was good.
Okay, that was really good.
That was good.
Krista, have you ever heard of a wizard sleeve? That's a yes.
I don't know how to respond. I'll have Jay take it away.
Jay's looking it up. You can see the Google search screen is open right now. You see the white screen.
You ever seen a wizard
Just
sleeve?
a white screen.
Jay, have you ever seen a wizard sleeve?
Oh, I have now. Why do they call it that?
I like how Dan.
Because just think about if an old man is holding up, an old wizard is holding up his sleeve and kind of
droopy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I trust you.
You get it?
Yeah.
We were talking about this before the show started. Right here, Dan Vask with his tweet here. So there we go. So there's Dan with his RTX 4090.
Do they have a computer? Do they have a computer
He had a
in
38
Brazil
Ti.
that fits in?
You have to get a special case. He had to get a fucking 1,000 amp or 1,000.
You gotta get like my case.
power
I got this
supply.
thermal take case that's like fucking. It's like takes up half of my fucking my desk. That's the one you gotta get because I got two. I have two graphics cards in mine. It's fucking.
I like how he's like, now let's play Civ 2.
Dan's the fucking best, man. Appreciate Dan. Shout out to him. I'm sure you guys will see him on main event in the near future. He's always welcome here. He knows that. So, but thank you, Dan, for the 17 cent super chat. I don't know whatever that translates to. It's not a lot.
$6.15.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Nice Photoshop, Dan. We all know it's 50. All right, and let me see if there's another. Oh, here we go. So, Steve89AK says, "Hail Geeks and Gamers. Speaking of Star Wars, I laughed for 10 minutes after the Denny's Solo promotion that was on FNT last week. Is that Lightspeed Slam still available?" I think that was canceled about as quickly as the Solo sequel, since Solo did lose money. But that was funny. I mean, it's so damn funny to watch these shills just shill as hard as they possibly can. So cringe. Hey, Blue Balls is still making us money from Keanu.
Let's go.
Neo Wick. That's what's up. Thank you for the $49.99 super chat. And man, our Blue Boy he's just mad. He's got it. I wonder how mad he is right now. Like, imagine how mad he is seeing all these super chats come in, all because he's an idiot, all because he's a dumbass. You know what I mean?
What a fucking loser.
Yeah. I know. This was not a super chat, but Jay's good point broke the chat. So that was earlier. When you made a good point, you broke the chat. They don't happen often. Let's see. Fearless Leader says, "Hail Geeks and Gamers, love what you guys are doing. Taking nerd culture back from the blue-haired crazies. Y'all have really inspired me to try to develop a video game after I graduate high school this May." That's what it's all about. And that's what I've always talked about, like from the old guard of sorts, like from the YouTube world, like how things were before Last Jedi. And how you just had a bunch of people that were all about getting theirs. You know, the Colliders of the world and the Schmoes and all of that. It was all about busting my ass as a Star Wars fan for 5 years just so I can get media access. That is like, I feel like what we are now, and I don't mean just geeks and gamers. I just mean everybody that's part of this little corner of the internet. Like, it's all about, we obviously want to do what we can to build our own thing, but we want to inspire and help other people to the best of our ability as well. And that I'd say that's like the top of that food chain is Ripa. And look at that, what he's done. And what does he always say? He hopes he inspires people to keep creating, because without more people creating, we're all going to be fucked if Hollywood is the people that are driving the ship. So it's really cool to kind of see that and hear people continue to be inspired by that. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to hear that. So I hope you get that video game. I hope it kicks ass, man. And maybe it's the next Mario Kart. We'll see. I don't know. All right. Next topic. Ryan, Zachary, Levi. You made a video on this. Got 100,000 views overnight. You was bragging about it. Basically telling me I was dumb fuck for not doing it. Not making one.
I did a video too.
How'd yours do, buddy?
He's got like 5,000 views.
Same with mine.
12.
Oh, nice.
Got a little more than 5,000, but it didn't get 100,000.
Yeah.
It's so, dude, YouTube algorithm's so weird. Like,
I got my video out first.
Yeah, he got his out while we were on Sports Wars.
Yeah.
Bro, we had 2,500 people watching Sports Wars.
Didn't matter.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Anyway, so
I can't really spin that one, Jay. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay.
Got 12,000. Got 12,000 though.
I'm not complaining.
I'm proud of you, Jay.
I'm not. My channel's doing pretty good.
I'm proud of you.
Zachary Levi.
I'm gonna move you up. I'm gonna move you there. I'm proud of you, Jay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Zachary Levi caught some heat for a take that, you know, I would say anytime other than the past 3 years would be a pretty normal take. And a lot of people would agree with it on the left and on the right. He simply was calling out pharmaceutical companies. He was simply saying that maybe these people that are making millions and billions of dollars, not necessarily off curing people, but off treating them, maybe they're overall bad for society. That was enough to get him canceled, well, not actually canceled, but this cancel culture mob to go out there and attack Zach Levi, to call him racist, to call him transphobic, to call him a bigot, to call him a crazy right-wing Trump supporter, all because of this one little tweet right here. Hardcore agree. That's all it takes. Do you agree or not that Pfizer is a real danger to the world? Hardcore agree. That's all that it takes, and all of a sudden everybody else is putting what they think his opinion is in his mouth. I don't actually think that he was talking about the jab here. I think he was just talking about the pharmaceutical companies as a whole. Even then went on to share, like a 10-year-old lawsuit where Pfizer had to pay out $2.3 billion for fraudulently marketing their stuff to people. So, and again, Ripa knows this. 3 years ago, everybody on the left would have been all for Zach Levi calling out Big Pharma. But now, after a little jab came out, after all the COVID nonsense, now you can't say something like that. You have to blindly bend the knee to Big Pharma and worship them. Otherwise, you're a bigot. And the fact that you had all these people come out in droves to cancel a good dude like Zachary Levi is insane. Ironically enough, James Gunn did address this today. And James Gunn said, listen, I can't sit there and be beholden to changing my plans because an actor or director says something that I don't agree with or that I don't like. We're not going to do that kind of thing, which was interesting. But maybe it's because he's had some experience with that before.
Yeah, that is true. It's almost like these weirdos don't care about this stuff until it bites them in their ass, and now suddenly they have the wake up call. So I'm glad he said it, but you have to think about the further context to it. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Ryan about this when I saw the tweet, and I was like, we were both like, I don't think he's talking about the jab at all. There's just a bigger kind of narrative surrounding that he was more, but it's going to be turned into that.
To be clear, his dad also recently passed away after a long battle with his health and stuff like that. So I imagine he's probably got a reason why he's feeling some of that shit right now in terms of Big Pharma. Who knows? I'm not going to guess what he means, but the fact that so many people went straight to, well, he must be pushing some sort of jab conspiracy is so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's how they think. That's how they're programmed. They're programmed to just be fake offended and lick the boot of the pharmaceutical companies immediately because, govern me harder, daddy, just like the meme. But yeah, I mean, I know Ripa made a video on this. I don't know who else. Jay, did you make a video on this?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, you told me 5 seconds ago. So I just,
I mean, I wonder if he watched Project Veritas over the last couple of weeks and saw that, and then saw the press release that Pfizer dropped on Friday, kind of addressing Project Veritas. They dropped it late on Friday, and they're like, we're not doing gain of function research, but we sometimes do modify viruses in order to try to enhance our vaccines. I was like, wait a second. So you don't function. Yeah, I was like, so you're using the definition and then saying that that's not what you do. I was like, that's not how this works.
That's that literal game of fire. The shit Fauci got in trouble for.
Absolutely.
With the whole Chinese Wuhan lab, where they're trying to change the definition. Nonetheless, this whole story is hilarious to me because, like I've said, leftists, they don't really have positions, right? Their positions aren't really concrete. They're not actually principled. Let's say that because like Ryan said, I've said many times, before 3 years ago, before 2020, before this whole jab situation, if you went against, let's say, these big pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer, who had kind of led the charge against a lot of, as far as people being against them, they've made several settlements over the past decades, all of them really. Moderna, to act like these guys are some sort of beacons of, righteousness. That happened out of nowhere, right? And that was because they drew the ideological line where they thought the people that didn't want to get it were of this ilk, the people that did want to get it were of the other. So if you could punish your ideological enemies, which is all this is about right here, well, you can't be against their little sacred cow, which is now, ironically, even though it just changed, it used to not be that way. Now it's that way. Well, Pfizer is the hero in the story, and to go against them, well, that you're pushing some but it's not even about Zachary Levi per se or the position. It's about, well, who is he as that first, if you went back to that tweet, if you see kind of the first comment, it's more of, well, look at who it is that you are kind of authorizing or co-signing just by saying this simple thing. I agree. He didn't say shit. It was just I hardcore agree. That's it. And that was enough because they think that it validates the ideas of the people that they're against, right? And that's just what's so dangerous about leftism, certainly in general. This isn't about righteousness or what is just or any of that. This is about punishing and being against your ideological enemies. So even if your ideological enemies are right, they can't be co-signed by anybody. They because well, you know, you're the enemy. You're the enemy. So they drew the ideological line with the jab stuff. Zachary Levi, just by being against Pfizer, is now a right-wing Trump supporter, even though Trump was pro-jab as anybody else. You know, right-wing Trump supporter, and now he's the worst person. And why would you do this when your movie's about to come out? Like, what the fuck, dude?
and then people saying, you know, there would be a really easy way for Zachary Levi to clear this up if he simply tweeted out, "I encourage everybody to get vaccinated," but you know he won't.
Religion.
Like, it's crazy, dude.
It's
crazy.
wild, man. It really is wild. But yeah, anybody else got thoughts on that before we move on? Since Jay didn't make a video on it, I don't know if he can add anything.
Y'all said exactly same thing that I said.
Mike is trying to talk.
Oh, no, that's fine. Go ahead, Jay. You made a video on this.
It's fine. We'll move you up here now. Go ahead, Jay. He's flexing on Mike because he's got more subs.
Yeah.
What? I never do that stuff.
I was waiting for him to say something.
I know.
Wait, you said Mike was talking.
I didn't say you had to stop.
Oh my God, Jeremy, run the stream correctly, okay? I need clear directions.
Memeing you is part of me running the stream.
I need help. Don't leave me here by myself hanging. No, I noticed one of the things too in a lot of the tweets, like quoting Zachary Levi too. There was this group of people that were going, "Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time," and then started showing tweets from when he shared a meme from a while ago about Amber Heard like shitting in somebody's bed.
Oh shit, the Amber Heard one.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
There was one they were pulling up from 2018 where he was responding to somebody and saying, "If you don't think that meaningful conversations about sexism can be led by men, or if meaningful conversations about racism can be led by white people, then you're really mistaken," or something like that. And people were sharing that around to be like, "Look, he's always been a bigot."
Yeah, the one I saw was he just shared a meme about Amber Heard shitting in somebody's bed, and they were like, "He hates Amber Heard," and this, like, people were like, "I've been waiting for this one for a long time. We've just been waiting." So some of these people, they just sit and, like, they have no lives, so they just collect all these fucking tweets and they sit on them and they angrily masturbate to these tweets until they finally get a chance to use them and go, "Ha! Finally, I can cancel this asshole with something that he said 15 years ago." And so, like, it's all, like, none of it matters. They don't actually give a shit what he said. None of it's actually that offensive to them. They're just looking for reasons to be offended by somebody, because at the end of the day, they don't want them to have work. They want them to be out in the streets and destitute because it makes them feel good about themselves, because they're literally sitting at home studying Twitter, waiting for somebody to say something so they can be offended by it. So, like, that's the other part of it, is some of this outrage has nothing to do with what he said. They're just like, cool, somebody's upset about something he said, cool, I can be upset about a joke he made, or I can be upset about him trying to have actual discourse with people, because that's something that's been very consistent about him for a long time, is him wanting to have actual discourse and conversations about stuff. So
it's such a bizarre thing, and I think that's why I discourage people to enter into these industries where basically everybody's holding guns to each other, waiting to cancel one another. It's a miserable. I don't think you can even be doing your best work when you're under those conditions, where it's like anything that you say that might be slightly out of line, you're going to have this mob of leftist dipshits who are going to take it to the internet to try to get you ousted, put out on the streets essentially, and let's say ostracized, because to them, and this is why that leftists, I know we kind of talked about this in the previous segment, but this is why leftists are so hell-bent on controlling Hollywood, because they understand how important that it is. And if you wonder, just look at this motherfucker said, "I hardcore agree," and that's it. And that was enough. That was enough. It shows how dirty, how grimy that they are, that they cannot have anybody among their ranks that are out of line, right? They think that it belongs to them. And the folks that, you know, they will demand that you kind of co-sign whatever it is, that's the flavor of the week, flavor of the day. They make sure that you have to absolutely co-sign that. And if you even slightly deviate from that, they are coming for you. And I just don't think that, just as artists, I don't think that that's a proper way to live. This is why I will be so it's not about Hollywood. It is, but it's not. It's more like the entertainment space. I would love for more people to enter into it and be able to be successful and be great without having to answer to these fucking weirdos, so they can be open to doing their best work instead of living under these conditions where if I say something, you know what I mean, I won't, I might get canceled or something like that. That sounds like a shitty way to live.
There was probably a higher likelihood that Zachary Levi was actually like, well, the way that some of these drugs, they get so expensive for people in marginalized communities that have already been affected by white supremacy. And like, there's a bigger chance that that's what he's talking about. Be like, I can't believe that this single mother who has 5 kids from 5 different dudes who now has type 2 diabetes because she's fucking eating at fucking 7-Eleven, just a bag of Doritos and donuts every fucking day, can't afford her insulin because of Pfizer. Like, there's way more of a likelihood that that's what he's fucking talking about, in my opinion.
I mean, well, did you say 7-Eleven? Did you say 7-Eleven?
Oh my God.
Hey guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
I love it. But yes, I agree with Ryan once again that there's a very high possibility that that's more so what his thinking was than anything to do with anti-jab sentiments. It's just
but at this point, like, he can't backtrack or say anything, or else they're just going to come after him even harder, because that's what happens when you do backtrack or you apologize or, oh, maybe I meant this from all this. It's only gonna validate and solidify their thinking of wanting to cancel him, and they're gonna be like, see, I knew it, I was right, because he's backtracking. And that's what they do. They get you into a corner and they just keep fucking attacking you.
That's true. That is true. I think right now the best play for him is just not say anything, regardless as to what it is.
No reason to.
Yeah, there's no. So we'll see. Another thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and it's something I made on my D-Day Cobra channel. This Twitch streamer. How many of you have seen this video of this soy boy Twitch streamer?
Oh, is this the
has
fake one?
17. This almost has 17 million views on Twitter right now. What kind of fucking loser? So this Twitch streamer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So from what I understand, he was basically looking at porn like, dudes do. But unlike what most dudes do, this dumb fuck clicked the link on a porn site. What kind of psychopath does that? Not only that, from what I understand, he paid for the content that he clicked on. So it was a deep fake of Pokimane.
Yeah.
And apparently he's friends with Pokimane. And so he was on a stream.
Sorry. I mean, come on. Who hasn't watched some $20 deep fake porn of your friends? I mean, come on. on your PC that you use for streaming.
What's the website?
All right, look. So from what I understand from the article, all right, he
How do you even
paid
Google
for it.
that?
He paid for it. So not only did he click a link.
Well, that's why he's crying, because he freaking paid.
Yes. So he was on a stream and he was sharing a screen or something, and the tab of the porn that he bought showed up. So he decides it's a good idea to do this, and I hope I shared my audio. This is
Who's that in the back?
I guess
his
that's
wife.
his old lady.
That's his wife.
That's his wife.
He's like, I need you to sit behind me in this stream, okay? Focus. Just sit there.
Yeah. So, here we go.
Stream to like create a pattern of behavior where I really want, especially women on Twitch, to feel safer. Like we call fucking booba spam cringe. We don't do that there. I've never made like a fucking weird, I don't know, seat sniffing joke. I've never done anything like that.
Crying.
I've never done anything like that on the stream. And we don't tolerate any sex behavior in the chat. We ban it on site.
Look at her crying.
And like I've done this consistently over and over and over. And then fucking at 2 a.m., I've been watching so much fucking. I've been reading so much fucking AI.
I've been watching so much fucking
porn.
No, I've been watching so much fucking porn. I've been rubbing myself raw.
I thought that's what he was gonna say right
Yeah,
now.
that's he almost said it. He almost
I'm
said
like,
it.
bro, this ain't going so well. If that's what you were saying.
About AI and fucking deepfake music, deepfake art, and everything. And I'm in these fucking discords, and I was.
His wife had to put him up to doing that.
But I was on fucking Pornhub, dude. I was on a fucking regular ass normal fucking website, and there was an ad.
Okay, wait a minute. Regular ass.
I'm on a regular ass normal website, okay?
Regular ass normal.
I'm just, you know how you do it. You're just hanging out on the internet at 2 a.m. You pull up Pornhub. You're just looking for AI stuff on Pornhub. You know?
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. He's saying I wasn't anywhere fancy. I wasn't anywhere fucking shady or crazy. I was at the Walmart of porn. Like I wasn't expecting fucking this crack dealer to come walk up to me.
He basically saying that the ads
dispensary.
worked. The ads worked on me.
Yes,
the ads worked.
Here we go.
Embarrassing it, man. But I was on fucking Pornhub, dude. I was on a fucking regular ass normal fucking website, and there was an ad. There's an ad on every fucking video for this fucking. So I know other people must be clicking it because it's on every fucking video.
That's my favorite part. He threw everybody. He's like, other people are clicking on it. They wouldn't have it there if they weren't clicking.
Ad, man.
They put that ads everywhere. What am I supposed to do?
This is the most. This is one of the most
They made
embarrassing
me do
things I've
it.
ever seen from an internet personality. I don't know who this guy is, but holy fuck, man, this is bad.
Yeah.
And I've seen him getting universally wrecked across the board for this. Why
That's probably
are they
what his wife
crying?
wanted.
Yeah, she's a
there's no reason for her to be there. It just makes it all the more worse for him.
That's what I'm saying.
And the
She
fact
had
that
to
she's
put him up
crying
to
in
it.
the background, like that only brings him more shame. And to be honest, the crime does not match his reaction. His apology, this whole thing that he's doing, the crime that he committed does not bring on this kind of reaction. This is he's milking it.
I don't know, Beardo. Paying for porn's pretty cringe.
Yeah, I think he should be ashamed of himself too.
But he didn't even need to admit that he paid for it, right? It was just the tab. The tab was open. Just
I think it was because I don't really know the whole story, but I assume that whatever the tab
Right here,
was.
look.
Yeah,
This
all
is
right.
the frame leaked by the streamer where a Chrome tab containing an adult site featuring a deep fake video of Pokimane and Maya can be seen. So that's it.
So you can see that. You could see the porn right there that's censored, but it was
crap.
could see when he went to like show probably all of his fucking pages, like just probably for a moment. And it probably showed the title, and people were able to figure out that he paid for it.
Ryan's got like a million tabs open. I can't see them all.
And
like
none of
that.
them are ever porn. Not on my PC because I'm not retarded.
It's just so like the fact that he felt the need to bring his lady on there, have this whole confession, and apologize. Just oh man.
And the fact that she's sitting on a focus the whole fucking video.
I'm telling you,
she's just there. Yeah.
She threatened to leave him or
computer, or a nice
something, and he
camera.
said, "Let's do this live."
And
I got morbidly curious and I clicked something. It's gross and I'm
curious.
sorry and I'm so embarrassed. Like he also said this. He said this is the first and only time he's ever done it, which is the biggest fucking lie
Bullshit.
in the history of
Bull.
existence. Oh my god!
In the longer video, he gives the mic to his wife, and she gives her 2 cents on it too.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Give me drop the link in the private
Really?
chat. Drop the link
I
in
was
the
watching it
private-
with Lethal the other day. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my god!
This is not good.
Oh, I gotta find that. Is it on YouTube?
Gosh,
I
why
really
would they
don't know.
do that?
I don't
I don't
know.
get that.
And she said like something like she was speaking on behalf of him, like we're obviously both very ashamed and stuff. It's like it was so
What's his
so
name?
cringe.
What's his name?
Atrioc.
It's at the top.
All right, here it goes. Atrioc apology. Does he have a YouTube channel? I would have to imagine he has a YouTube channel. Oh my god, this is so
It
like
was
so.
just, the fact that
so,
he's fucking crying, bro. That's the worst part. I paid for porn. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I wish nobody would know.
Here we go. All right, here's his YouTube channel.
No.
Maybe his
so much
wife has a
porn.
wizard sleeve and he has no choice.
Oh my
Oh
god.
I don't see it on YouTube. Somebody got to send me a link to the full thing because I can't find it.
Oh,
He's got 511,000 subscribers. He must have deleted it from YouTube.
Oh.
I would have to imagine. Does anybody have the full link? If somebody can send that to me,
find it.
let me know.
I wonder if they go in doing this thinking this is a good idea and everyone will be happy that we confessed and
well
then
not
you get
only that,
roasted.
like,
You
in
get
the very
roasted to all hell, and then it's like, let's delete everything.
In the very beginning, they were like waiting for viewers to come in. It's not like they like just went live and then just kind of started it. Like it was just them sitting there, kind of like crying and pouting and wiping their tears and waiting for enough people to get in the chat to then start the whole fucking thing.
No way,
man.
I wonder if Pokimane has made a statement.
She's probably eating it up.
She is like, you should stop sexualizing people without their consent or something.
Oh, she did make a statement.
Yep.
So she tweeted something like that out.
So like like a generic one or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
yeah,
I
there's
can't
probably
find
a
it,
shit
though.
ton of like deep fake porn of her. If I had to guess. Let's see. Stop sexualizing people without their consent. That's it. That's the tweet. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think that making deep fake porn of people is really fucking creepy and it'd be really weird. Pokimane also sexualizes herself on a daily basis. It's why she's famous. It's why she has subscribers. But there's a difference between sexualizing yourself and putting a hardcore porn out. Like, I don't know.
I mean, ultimately, what it comes down to is like for me, it's just being a fake bitch, you know, and that's what this guy is. He's out there talking about. I'm so concerned with the safety of women on our platforms. Like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not. You know what I mean? And anybody that goes out of their way to preach that loud, you got a lot to be worried about with them. Any grown ass man who's preaching the to be the savior of all women out there. Like, it's so cringe. And then when they get caught being the exact opposite of the thing that they're projecting online, then they have to go the complete opposite, start crying and fake apologizing and all of that. Like, just be yourself. Who fucking cares? You know, it's the same thing with what's going on with Eliza Blue and what happened with Jack Murphy and all these other people that put out this fake bullshit and then they get caught being stuff they're not. The Eliza Blue stuff, like, her past is whatever. Let her be whoever she wants. I don't care about that. It's about the fact that you are projecting some other completely opposite thing. And that was with Jack Murphy. He was pushing forward this complete opposite thing. And then when his past catches up to him, that's where the problem is. So I say that's the bigger issue.
The cover up is always worse than the conspiracy.
Yes, yes, every time. And so, but yeah, just that guy, man, that guy's pathetic. That guy is pathetic.
Yeah, he really should just be ashamed that he paid for the porn after clicking the ad. That's the thing. I was
Take the
like,
L,
you
man.
clicked
Take
on an
the
ad,
L.
then you paid for it. Come on, bro. Like that's not the look, man.
To be like, my worst mistake was that I paid for it, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
I should know better.
Yeah.
Don't click on
Freebies
ads on the
only.
internet. Yeah.
I could have photoshopped your face on something. Yeah.
Oh man! And the last thing I wanted to talk about. So right now, thanks to Ryan Kennel, I am facing potentially my first ever ratio in YouTube history. For my Last of Us season or episode 3 video. I initially uploaded it. I knew I was going to get some heat just because I put Brokeback Mountain in the thumbnail. But I just said Last of Us episode 3. That's all it was titled. And Ryan, and it was tracking okay, but it was like right behind the other one that got like 160,000 views. And Ryan's like, fucking change it. Title it Last of Us episode 3. Everything is gay. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that. And now it is this is the worst dislike percentage I've ever had. And right now, right now, it has almost, I think right now it has more comments than likes, which has never happened to me ever. Right now, let me see. That video has currently officially, okay. It's got 9 more likes than comments right now. So it's got 5497 on likes and there's 5488 comments. So there's almost 5,500 comments on this fucking video. Like that is a lot. That is the most comments I've seen in a long time on one of my videos. That is a lot of fucking comments on any YouTube video. But anyway, so The Last of Us episode 3 has happened, and my approach to this was I liked the first couple episodes. I even made the one on the first episode where I was like, this was really good. I was surprised. I was wrong, but I still don't have faith in this series moving forward because Neil Cuckman's involved, Naughty Dog's involved, yada, yada, yada. But I'm here to give you my honest opinion. And generally speaking, I think a lot of people really liked episode 1 and 2. And then we get to episode 3. And honestly, I still think people liked the episode a lot. I think from and I'm going to be on Critical Drinker stream Thursday to talk more about this on Open Bar. But from just a TV standpoint, storytelling standpoint, I think it was a really good episode from that perspective. But when you ask your question as to why did we get an entire episode of 2 characters that are not really playing into the bigger scheme of the entire thing, when you could have taken 10 minutes to tell their story and then gone back to Joel and Ellie? And you know why exactly. We know exactly why this happened. And it's because Neil Cuckman and Naughty Dog and the people involved are more interested in making everything gay. Now, 2 things can be true. It can be true that they're pushing their agenda, and the episode can be good. And I think in this case, both things are true. And that's where we are with it. I don't know if anybody else watched the episode. If anybody else has got thoughts on it. I don't think anybody else here has watched it, has they? Has anybody?
I haven't watched it, but I mean, this is.
I have no interest.
This is what
yeah.
Some of us have said would happen. That they would bait people in, they try to get you in there by acting like it's going to be a true like shot for shot remake and everything. And then they take this story, which in the game, like you do have these characters. They don't exist like this, certainly. But you did have one of these characters that was in there. And the idea that they were gay was like thrown in there in the background, right? It was, it wasn't like super in your face, but it was obvious through the storytelling and a note that was left and things like that. But to make the entire episode about this, that, oh, by the way, the apocalypse is happening, but it's actually just a big gay utopia for a while. We know exactly why this is happening. And I don't know. Monkeypox wasn't a problem in Last of Us, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's more Hollywood bullshit, and they're always gonna do this. And so no matter what, as long as Neil Cuckman is involved with Naughty Dog, Naughty Dog is dead. Naughty Dog is dead, just like Lucasfilm is dead. Naughty Dog will never be able to be trusted. And we've gotten, I think, confirmed reports that season 2 is going to follow the events of The Last of Us Part 2.
And that's such a bad mistake.
I think it's fucking pump is coming.
It's a mistake from a storytelling, but I'm glad as hell, man.
Oh, dude, me too. I can't wait to see fucking Pedro Pascal as Joel in Last of Us 2. My favorite Pedro Pascal role we've ever seen. It's gonna be shades of Game of Thrones, I think. Actually, it's gonna be shades of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, both their heads are gonna get smashed in, right?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Good thing he's wearing a helmet in The Mandalorian.
It'll be interesting to see if they build enough goodwill with his character in this season that general audiences are going to be like, man, I really like this guy. Then boom, they're going to pull off what they did in Last of Us 2 and then destroy all the goodwill that they built up. It'll be interesting to see if general audiences are just as pissed.
I've already said it. If you guys cast Scott Steiner as Abby in season 2, I will forgive everything Naughty Dog. I will stop saying fuck Naughty Dog. I will unlist all of my videos. I will make a formal apology. If you cast Scott Steiner as Big Abby Pump as you hook up, holler if you hear me. Give me that for season 2. And then Scott Steiner's Abby is the one that beats the hell out of Pedro Pascal's Joel. I'll forgive everything Naughty Dog if that happens. That would be the greatest moment in television history right there. And then after Big Abby Pump kills Joel, then we get some Scott Steiner math. Legendary shit, okay? Legendary shit if that happens. I don't think it will, but hey, I've given you my options. Bring the big bad booty daddy into it. That would be Scott Steiner.
Is he still alive?
Hell yeah, Scott Steiner's alive.
I'm just asking.
You got a 50% chance of Scott Steiner ripping knows all about that Scott Steiner math.
You know who I talked about this on Sports Wars today. You know who probably didn't like this episode of Last of Us 2? Chargers lineman Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa uses homophobic slur and responding to Eagles fans. I wanted to show this to Ripa and Jeremy and to Jay because if this is what we're considered a homophobic slur nowadays, holy shit, anything goes. I wouldn't even care if this dude dropped the F slur because he was drunk and he was a fan of the game. I wouldn't even care. But this is what they're gonna call a homophobic slur. He said, "What are you gonna send that to your butt buddies?" And they're saying that's homophobic. Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ, man! I thought for sure when I saw the headline, he used the F slur. I thought 100% that was
how
like,
many?
that's what he
How
had
many?
done.
Is that got 6.7 million views?
Yeah. So this is Eagles fans finding Joey Bosa, who his brother was playing in the NFC Championship game. His team was already eliminated. He's there as like a 49ers fan. He's obviously been pre-gaming and is drunk as fuck. Watch this.
Hey, when did the Chargers play this week? Are you Snapchatting your little butt buddies? No, I'm just videoing.
They called that a homophobic slur. Oh my god!
Well, what are you Snapchatting your little butt buddies? You fucking loser!
I think the insult was Snapchat, not even butt buddies.
No, insinuating that a man is using Snapchat is basically calling him gay.
That's what they were upset about.
It's even like I actually love this interaction because he keeps going and Bosa keeps turning around, and later he's like, "How are those fines going?" And he's like, "Well, I'm fucking rich. I can afford them. I'm not a broke loser."
He's not playing today. How are those fines, Bosa? So can I. Me too.
You broke bitch. I fucking thought it was so funny, dude.
There ain't nothing wrong with either one of these dudes in this situation. This is grown. This is men being fucking men, talking shit. That's what it's all about right there. So whenever I hear people talk about toxic fandom and Star Wars and Marvel, I'm like, man, you motherfuckers wouldn't last a fucking second in a sports game. Holy shit. If you think that's toxic on Twitter, go ahead, Jay.
No, it's like when I went to the Dolphins game and there was like some Jets fans, the stuff they were calling the Jets fans were like words I've never heard in my life. And you're like looking them up and I'm like, dear God, if I say these, I'm definitely not going to go to heaven. And it was just non-stop. I mean, heck, man. You guys go to Patriots game and an 11-year-old cussed Ryan out. So it's like
that was awesome.
That's
I think I gave it worse than he gave me. He said something to me.
Yeah, you did, but I'm just saying, that's the guy at a football game.
It's true.
Yeah,
they throw snowballs at Santa Claus at Eagles Stadium. Like what did they expect was gonna happen? Yeah. And then they're mad at butt buddies.
Jeez, man. It's just such a pathetic beta world we live in, man. It really is.
Absolute losers.
That's funny. I hadn't even seen that, Ryan.
It's amazing.
So I had heard about people saying something about it, but I didn't look at the context of it. So that's good
I thought it was just funny as hell, man, because Bosa's just hammered. He's like, "What? How do you Snapchat your little fucking butt buddies, you loser?" I've been that guy at a game a million times. Like,
I was about to say, Ryan was like drunk at a Bulls game one time, right? You were yelling at the
my god, it was before it was before the game even started. It was a Bulls playoff game against the Washington Wizards. Derrick Rose was sitting out because he was a little cocksucking pussy ass bitch. And before the game even started, I'm a Bulls fan and I'm screaming at Derrick Rose. Like I'm just screaming at what should have been our star player who should have been on the floor, just calling him a bitch, calling him a pussy, saying you're the healthiest guy on the team. You don't care about this team. He looked me dead in the eyes. Fucking didn't say anything. He pulled a Tim Pool, Eliza Blue, or he's fucking, I'm not going to talk about it.
I went to school with Derrick Rose.
Did you really?
I went to the University of Memphis.
That's crazy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right out of high
school. Were you the one that he had to take his SATs to get in?
No, nothing to do with me.
John Calipari comes up. He's like, "Hey, you look like you might know what you're doing. You want to take this test for this kid?"
Oh man. But yeah,
dude, he was great. Like his 1 year at Memphis, he was nuts.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
next
free
level.
throw though, man. Fucking
always followed him. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We just got 20 gifted memberships from Bashy Washy. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Always appreciate that. We also got 5 from WG. Thank you, WG. There's Darren Rogers. Thank you, Bashy Washy. Really appreciate that. I will never stop being thankful for gifted memberships, considering how long it took for us to get them here on this channel. Yeah. So thank you so very much for that. Let's see. We got a $50 super chat earlier. Where was that at?
From Eric Bailey.
Yeah, where is it? Let's see. Oh, we got more rolling in. Here we go. Eric, want to watch some gaming prawn guys? Wait, why not? Or what? Why not? Did you say porn? I thought you were my boy.
That's a way
Blue.
to say
it. To type it, not say it. To type it. Right. I thought you were my boy Blue. My boy Blue from Old School. Great. Now we all have blue Pokemon balls. Hail to the chat and Tuesday night's main event. I don't fear your beard, though. I have Jay's Lawnmower 4.0, and I'm not afraid to use it. There you go. Thank you, Eric Bailey. I appreciate
need to get that back, Eric.
And Blue Balls thanks you as well. Blue Balls thanks you. All right, let's see. Oh, so here's Salty Source Rex.
Freaking avatar.
Oh,
Can
crap.
you change it, please?
Can everybody, like, I just want to encourage, if you want that image, like, I think we can find it. You can use it as your background on Twitter.
I already went through that
one
time.
You can use it as your background on Twitter. You can, put it wherever you want, really, because Jay likes seeing himself as a cupcake. Look at Krista peeking over the super chat right now. Look at her. She's, there's Mike. Steph's too short. She can't. Nobody can see her. Salty Source Rex. Ah, crap. So it was. So there you go, Rolo. He's calling you out now, Rolo. It's just not you. It was me. But on recent talks lately, glad we have genuine people on Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Shad, Ripa, and Jay. Can't wait to order your book, Jay, and share it with the daycare. That is awesome. Hell yeah. Jay, give us a quick little pitch on your book again one more time for people tuning in.
I mean, the demographic is like 3rd to 7th grade, so it just was seeing all this crazy stuff that's just as a 5th grade school teacher. It's like seeing all this crazy stuff that was just handed to our kids and hearing kids as young as 10 years old basically say, I have no value in this life. I have no this in my life. I have, they just think that they have no value. It was like, I just wanted to put something. I just wrote this book that has like six different books that take young people on an adventure and let them know that it's, that they do have value, that life is worth living. And they don't have to be perfect at everything to have an adventure in life. So it's pretty much what it is. So it took like 4 years to finally get it done because just a long process. So it was pretty cool. That's finally finished. So
looking forward to it, man. Happy for you.
Thanks.
And you'll have full support from us and
I appreciate
everybody here. So it is good stuff. We got Wookie Beat Bad says, when is the Orlando meetup? It will be in the later half of the year. Obviously, we got Vegas. And then, so it'll probably be around the same time as it was last year, the October, time frame, October, November. So I'll try to get those dates out a lot sooner than we did this year. Obviously, with us being here in Orlando, that'll make it a little bit easier now to kind of get that planned out. So we will keep you guys posted, and we appreciate that super chat. Let me see. Hale, or let's see, Vane Games. Hale, been watching Geeks and Gamers Friday Night Tights for years. Imagine my shock when I saw my when my cousin Eliza started showing up in podcasts I watch, and the horror when her assets got splashed all over the streams I watch. So wait a minute, your cousin is Eliza? Is that true?
What?
That's what it says.
Wow, that's interesting.
So imagine my shock when my cousin Eliza started showing up in podcast I watch, and the horror when her assets got splashed all over the streams I watch.
He just responded in the chat, says, "Yeah, it's my cousin."
What the fuck?
Damn, that's
wild.
crazy.
So he wants the.
I'm sorry that your cousin's a filthy, disgusting liar.
Yikes.
So you want the. Here we go.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
That's wild. So, it's a small world. So thank you for the super chat, and hope all gets right with the fam. We all got.
I
some
hope by
crazy
showing
family.
your comment on the stream, you don't feel trafficked.
Let's see, Luis. Just want to say thank you, guys, for all the awesome content and laughs. Keep it up. Also, I can't wait for Abby, aka Macho Ma'am, to make a hole-in-one on Joel. Yeah, the fact that they've released that and said that they're going to follow the events of The Last of Us 2, that's going to be wild right there. So,
is there supposed to be a part 3 to the video game, or did it conclude into?
I mean, I think
know
that
if it's going to
yeah,
get released.
I
I don't know if they're going to make it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, The Last of Us Part 2 sold like 50% of what the first Last of Us did.
I have no idea the storyline. I just know it's about zombies, and this girl has blood that could cure.
The first
game,
game,
key to everything.
Yeah, the first game is phenomenal. And from a storytelling standpoint, it's really good. The second one I never played, so but they really screwed everything up on the second one. Okay, so we've got all our topics covered. So now we're gonna read some supas. Does anybody need to bounce? Anybody need to go? Everybody's saying Chris is falling asleep. Chris has had a long day, and she's gonna be covering theme parks tomorrow for Geeks and Gamers. So, and Jay, are you gonna be there?
I think so. Yeah.
You don't know?
I should be.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
Krista spoke. First time ever.
Those
So
were my
Rolo's
first words.
So Rolo is going to be there. Jay might be there, and Krista will be there. So there you go.
And Tom.
Yeah, Tom will be there.
Well, Rolo made a really bad take last night. He said
It wasn't a bad take. It was
fucking
a
horrible
controversial
fucking
take.
It's a bad take.
It's
He
not a
said,
bad
now
take.
listen, we all went to see Puss in Boots, and I really liked Puss in Boots. Okay, it was really
Great.
good.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
then Rolo had to overstep and say it was on the level of Shrek 2. No, it's
for me,
not.
it was.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, it's
yeah.
not.
Let's slow it down a fucking bit.
Yeah.
Puss in
right.
Boots is really fucking good. I would have to rewatch Shrek 2 because I haven't watched that in like fucking 12 years or something.
Let's do it tonight.
I would now. I think Shrek 2. You can argue like Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1, obviously, in my opinion. But it did something. Will it hit the same way today? It won't hit with younger audiences because it has so many references that people may not get.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't necessarily take away from the movie, but it might like recalibrate your expectations. I think the humor, the use of real music in it in the fairy tale world, and having like modern references is awesome. But I don't know, man. It was Puss in Boots that made that movie for me. So to finally give him a good movie.
Puss in
Do your
Boots,
impression of him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pray for mercy from Puss in Boots.
Have you seen the Puss in Boots with the Humpty Dumpty? That story.
Yes, I didn't like that one as much as this one. I like
that
this one
one
a
was
lot more.
better than this one, in my opinion.
Oh no, I don't think it's even close.
That's a
You just blew her
goddamn
off the stream.
fucking. That's
She
the
said she
worst
was
thing
going
I've
to
ever
sleep.
heard.
Yeah.
You said you were going to sleep.
didn't say
Go
I was
to
going to
sleep.
sleep.
Now I would
That-
say
that- you let her talk for 5 seconds, and now she's running the stream.
Bro, that
We're not going to get any super chats anymore.
She
Now,
took
if you-
all the
if-
heat off of Rolo.
Damn it.
if you don't want to put it on the Shrek 2 level, I would say that it's definitely, of all like the Shrek movies and the franchise, it's in the top 3. It has to be.
It
in my
has
opinion.
no business being as good as it is.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
Nowhere
absolutely.
near Shrek
Reason.
2. It's nowhere near
No,
Shrek.
it's
I
Shrek 2.
I can't
I would
say
say
that
it's
because
definitely
I
better than
haven't-
Shrek 1. I would say it's definitely better than Shrek 1 for me, and it's in the top 3 of that franchise if you
No.
include all of them.
I haven't watched it in a decade, so I can't even pretend to like put a reaction on there about Shrek 2. But
But we'll
it's
have to
really
watch
good.
them all. We'll have to watch them all.
Yeah, we
It's
know.
definitely better than
I
Shrek
think
3 and
the
4.
first
3 and 4.
That's where the ooh was born, so that's why I like it. Ooh,
Ryan.
that's why I like it so much.
And it's got heart. That's what I like about it. Like this movie has heart.
When I saw that.
So
okay, the first one does too.
You're just letting Canadians just run rush shot.
This is true. This is a man suffering from his midlife crisis, trying to find himself and running from death. Like, it's actually a really deep movie. Like, when you look at it, it's got blood. It actually has some cursing in it. Like, Shrek didn't have that shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, but Shrek is.
But Shrek is more of a comedy. This is a little bit more serious. That's maybe why I like it.
Shrek 2 is masterclass animated movie. Like, it really is.
I just love Perrito.
Well, okay. Let's test Rolo. Let's test Rolo.
And that disgusting, like,
Puss in Boots on the level of Toy Story 1.
His ugly belly.
Toy Story 1? Man, I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Get the fuck out of here if you say
Not at all. I don't think so. Definitely, that's a classic in a different level. But would you put Shrek up there? I feel like Toy Story and Shrek are different though. Like, you have like a drama and a comedy almost.
Shrek 2 is on another level than any other Shrek movie. There's Shrek 2 and all the other Shreks are way down there.
When that fucking dog is talking about how all of his friends used to fucking just basically try to kill him.
It was dark as fuck, man. It was awesome. It was great.
So bad.
Yes.
And then they put me in a sock full of rocks and they threw me in the river. I had to chew my way out. It
was great.
So fucking funny, dude.
Yes.
Poor dog. He's gonna be a therapy dog.
It was good though. It was good.
Yeah. Well, I kept hearing everybody talk about it, and I watched it, and the scene where the wolf shows up and like Puss's hair stands up on the back.
Dude, the song or the music that they use for death.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was great.
I love that.
I'm telling you, it's one of those that you will like this movie more and more when you think about it later on.
Yeah.
I think that this is one of those movies.
So I don't know if like at some point too, apparently in one of the scenes where they're showcasing like something that Puss did in his past, the wolf is in the background watching. And so like he's like apparently like throughout the I was like, dude, that level of detail is pretty rare.
Oh.
Did we just get another big super chat? Did I miss that?
Ooh.
It was right before Krista said that Puss in Boots was better than this one.
Okay.
In my opinion, just like I would think that. In my opinion.
There we go. Salty Source Rex for $100.
Wow.
$100. Forgot to mention, is there another place to do donation because I canceled my PayPal due to the $540 charge? Cheers, Krista. Hope this covers snacks, steak, and maybe a cupcake for Jay. So you can definitely support us either directly on the website, geeksandgamers.com. You can support us on Locals or on Rumble if you're trying to avoid going through the super chats over here. So I totally understand that. I don't know how I don't know how it's all connected on different platforms, but you can definitely look into some of those for sure.
Have you set up the credit card for Streamlabs yet?
No.
Look at Ryan's disappointment. He just wants to scream at you right now.
To be fair, is he ever not disappointed?
I don't.
You just got to connect. Well, but I've said like a million times that you just got to connect your bank account to it. I can't do that because I don't have Jeremy's bank account information, or else it would be done already.
It's pretty easy. It takes like 5 minutes.
I know.
Anyway, we'll work on that. Another thing, and thank you for the reminder, Krista and Steph. So yesterday, I saw this tag. Someone had tagged me on Twitter, and it was funny because Jay Dever invites me on his podcast, and so I've been asking for months.
Yeah,
and like I get it, Melanie Mac's a big star, you know what I mean? So like Jay, like she's like,
gonna let him talk at this point.
I'm gonna be on Drunk 3PO's podcast, and I was like, Drunk 3PO never invites me on his podcast. But under that, I got tagged by Yabba Dabba Da, who says, D-Day Cobra, my brother died last week too soon, and we used to watch your vids a lot. Been bittersweet watching lately, but thanks for the memories. Oh, wow. And so, I quote tweet us to start to hear that, man. I'll give you both a shout out on Tuesday night's main event this week. Stay strong, brother. And so, yeah, it sucks, man, because like you never know who all's watching. And so, I obviously nothing but thoughts and prayers and condolences, man. And it sucks that, that happened, and obviously it's not going to be easy for a while, but we do appreciate everything. And so you never know who's out there watching your videos. So I just wanted to give SJ a shout out and say some kind words for him. So thank you for the support, and rest in peace to your brother. So that's crazy, man. Life is just, it's a crazy thing. So we appreciate it though, for sure.
That's awful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Condolences.
So, but thank you guys for the support, and just want to make sure we got that shout out right there. Let me see. Mr. Lano over on Rumble says, Mr. Lanlow, I'm sorry, 98. Since you mentioned Cobra Kai earlier, one of my Xbox friends is in the background of that show. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Cobra Kai is one of the best things going today. It's kind of, I use it for background, especially here at G&G HQ. I just kind of put it on for background sometimes because I love looking over and seeing that show. So yeah, it's really cool, man. So that's awesome, man. All right. So does anybody need to bounce? Anybody got anything they want to shout out right now before we move into super chats? Anybody? No?
I'm good.
Ryan?
Hey, I got to leave.
Oh, do you? Okay. See you later, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's Britannicas for $20. Good evening, old boys and lovely ladies. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm mildly optimistic about the future of the DCU. There's no woke signaling in the rollout. He dropped The American Way, and I'm excited for Batman with Damian. There you go.
I'm okay with that, and we're all. I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody, but generally, if you have an opinion and you're not trying to weaponize your opinions or call other people that disagree with you, whatever, racist, sexist, whatever, that's cool, man. Glad you're excited for it. I hope to be excited for it, and again, I like James Gunn. I like a lot of the stuff he's done. I don't feel that he's the right person for the job, but I guess we're just gonna have to see. So, see what happens.
Marcus Henry, I saw him number 2, Revenge of the Diglets.
Rossetti.
Ripper, you gonna make it? Right, Ripper, you gonna make it Monday night this week? Mario Kart.
I should. Yeah.
Okay. Fucking the reaction to him getting hit is so fucking funny. Go ahead, Ryan.
Did that happen like on a recent one or something?
I'm not sure when that one happened.
You almost broke his controller last Sunday though.
Yeah, dude, he fucking rage quit. Rippa fucking rage quit the fucking Mario Kart stream. He just left
every time, man.
Well, because the one, me and Rippa activated our bullets at the same time. We're flying next to each other. And when they deactivated, he shot the opposite direction of the. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And he got ran over at the lightning hit him, and he got ran over.
I think Joe ran him over. That's why he quit. It's every time.
he just said fuck it, and he left. He didn't say shit.
Every time my wife is on, he rage quits, man.
Oh man.
Jared the American for 2. What's everyone's favorite Italian dish? Krista, what's yours? That's not a traditional Italian dish. I don't know if
fuck.
Well, that was the question, you fuck. Stupid cocksucker. I asked you a question. Krista, what's your favorite? He said pizza. What's your favorite traditional Italian dish?
Probably just a standard like rosé sauce.
Boring. Anybody else got one?
Pasta. I mean, I like spaghetti and meatballs.
Chicken Alfredo's pretty good.
Fettuccine Alfredo, yeah.
I gotta go lasagna. I like lasagna.
Lasagna, yeah.
Baked ziti's good too.
I like lasagna because like I can't just make lasagna.
Yeah.
Like it would be such a big process to do so, and I would never like put that much time and effort into like preparing that. So lasagna's got to be it for me. Cause I could make freaking noodles and pour some fucking Prego on there.
Krista, can you make lasagna?
Yeah.
There you go. G&G headquarters. That's going to be our dinner next week.
It's such a waste of time, though. It's so long. It takes so long to make.
No, you just go get Taco Bell. No.
Jesus
Culver's.
Davila. Yeah. Jesus Davila for 2 with a super sticker. Thank you. Jay Nels for 10. You guys need to do a MILF Manor watch along.
Oh God, MILF Manor.
I need to watch Disparu's. I need to watch Disparu's video.
I can't believe Disparu's watching that. Oh my god.
They're so fucking funny.
Are they? I can't believe he's watching that.
Yeah.
Josh Kranzler for 5. Only hardcore leftists are usually late to streams. There you go. Fucking smack my ass and let me vote for Biden.
Punctuality is white supremacy, remember, according to the Smithsonian.
True. WJ Valente for 20. Here's for G&G and, of course, Blue Boy. Thank you.
Yeah, Blue Boy. Again, we got to give Blue Boy a shout out. You have helped make us a lot of money tonight. You have helped further the longevity of Geeks and Gamers. Thank you, Blue Boy, for being a complete and total beta bitch. We appreciate it.
Foul Mouth for $20 says, "Eat a dick, Blue Gamer word." Thank you, Foul Mouth. Steve, 89AK. I think we said this already. Hail, GG. Speaking of Star Wars, I laughed for 10 minutes at the Denny's Solo promotion that was FNT last week. Is the Lightspeed Slam still available?
Yeah, we got that one.
It's not.
Ryan's
Marcus Henry.
Why is Ryan so low energy reading super chats tonight? You're like Jeb Bush right now.
Yeah.
Tired.
Please come.
Marcus Henry for $10 says, Tuesday Mutant Night Turtles.
It does kind of look like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you do
Every
this.
time I used to see it, I was always like, Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Yep.
James Hopkins for 5. If James Gunn doesn't turn away from the woke stuff, his so-called vision won't amount to a pile of elephant crap. Yeah, I agree. Slade Lawton for 10. After the new DCU announcement by James Gunn, I'm out of everything outside of maybe the Green Lantern show and the Batman 2. Strong emphasis on the maybe. We'll see if they took my advice for the Batman for the sequel. Robert Wiles for 5. Wish I could stay. My niece is sick. My birthday is tomorrow. Jeremy, I wish I could get you all gifts to show my gratitude. Be blessed. 43 tomorrow.
Well, happy birthday. You don't have to get us gifts, man. Just keep grinding, keep kicking ass, brother. That's all we need is, your support by being here in the chat and giving us good feedback, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Robert. Yeah. Lisa for 5. Can I get a refund for Jeremy's butt pics? Although nice calves and ankles.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Marcus Henry for 10. Brett Cooper grew fast as fuck. 1.5 million in less than a year. I think she's one of the most culturally aware at Daily Wire. Definitely one of my favorite commentators in this space. Yeah, she grew quick as fuck. She used shorts. Is a big part of that girl too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's important that people talk about what's going on in culture. Sadikar 7th Legion for 2. Quartering says, join his stream anytime, Jeremy.
Huh?
The Quartering says, join his stream anytime, Jeremy.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was like saying something. I didn't know it was referencing me. I thought it was something about the Quartering, Jeremy. Quartering's cool. I don't know if you guys, I know he was live earlier. He had a big crowd watching. So I'd love to join the Quartering for one of his. I've never actually, I don't know if I've been on his stream before. Obviously, we've had him on Friday Night Tights and here multiple times.
Quite the adventure.
I don't know if I've actually been on his channel. So do that sometime.
The Professional Zilch for 10. So James Gunn wants to cast young men in tights. Got it.
Yeah.
Pete Carswell for 5. After 3 months, I won my eviction case, and the squatters have 2 weeks to leave. They owe $6,000 that I'll never get back, but I can afford a super chat now. Hail! What's up, Pete Carswell?
What up, B. Carswell?
Mike has bad knees for 5. Diglett.
Yep.
I can't say that one. I can't say that one.
I know where it's going. I know where it's going.
Yeah, it says Diglett is almost like, and then a word that rhymes with Diglett that starts with N. I can't say that.
I knew exactly.
I can't say that.
I can't say it this one. I have to wait a week.
I will say if you're probably right, and it's definitely Ryan. If any of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ryan's
100%. 100%. So I agree. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. But I mean, have you seen those like side-by-side comparisons of Ricada and Ryan with their Fed outfits? You remember that with the Fed guys out there? Yeah. And then Ricada and Ryan literally with the same haircut, the same shorts, the same sunglasses, everything. So yeah, my money's on Ryan if anybody's a Fed.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, can neither confirm nor deny. I have worked for the government before, so.
That's Ken Ripa saying.
No. Mike's a maybe.
I'm still on cooldown from saying it last week. So,
Lucas Garrett for 10. I still can't believe we lost Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot for this nonsense. No interest whatsoever. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. Marcus Henry for 10. Ripa, I hear that you got some writers writing some books. When are you going to release their names? I'm excited and looking forward to future volumes and campaigns of the Ripaverse.
Yeah, obviously, I was long announced that we have 3 books that are for sure coming out this year, maybe more, but 2 of them I didn't write. One of them is Ice on 2, obviously, but I wrote that. But there's 2 of them that I haven't announced yet, that we haven't announced yet, and we will soon enough. We're just gearing closer towards Ice on 2's release, and then we'll start kind of getting everybody ready for that. And like I said, the campaigns are going to be back to back for the most part. So one ends, we'll have a little layover, and then another one will start. So soon enough, I'll say that probably before Ice 2, you'll get at least 1.
Hell yeah! Look at that. The
this
Guilt
is
Man.
this is pretty accurate. Is it me or does Jay always look like he's holding in a cough?
Look at how Alan's sipping on that drink. Look at that picture.
That's pretty cool. I respect it.
Jay, you
also,
about to cough?
Keep us updated on Jay's book. Love to get it for my kids and support you guys a little, says Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
The Gilk Man for 20. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone at Geeks and Gamers for showing me love and support. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, you all are amazing. Thank you, Jeremy, above all else, for everything you've done for me.
You're welcome, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well.
Tonberry Master for 20. The tab was open. Probably talk about that porn. Scott McKenzie for 20. Mando babysitting again. But survivalists not bugging out, staying in an indefensible position. Joel walking in the open down roads and not clearing buildings. Besides not arming Mormont or training her. Dumb.
Yeah, I mean, this series I think is good, front loaded, and it's.
I got zero interest in it.
So, fall apart. Look at that right there.
God.
You're welcome.
Of all things.
Yeah.
Freaking
Appreciate you, Jay.
cupcakes.
Krista, which one's your favorite?
I like them all.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose,
very
probably the blue one, because it's just on the side, like.
Jay's the most memeable person.
Something to be proud of, I guess.
He just like he doesn't understand how much we talk about him when he's not here. It's just because he's we're just
I know.
him even when he's not here. We just meme him.
People in my Discord are like, "How do you put up with some of these guys?" Like, it's not. That's not what you think.
Everybody gets memed here.
Yeah.
Speaking of slag lust for $5. Fear the Beardo looks like he wants to talk about his favorite IPAs, how important ethical food sourcing is, and about his girlfriend's boyfriends. There you go.
I like IPA.
There you go. Marcus Henry for 2. Why does Krista look sad? Are you okay, Beepa?
No, I'm fine. Tomorrow I'm going to the parks. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like Jay, I'm happy.
Krista's sleep schedule's changed lately. She's like she's going to bed early, so these late streams are like, even with like Fortnite the other night or whatever, it was Mario Kart last night. You were just like, I told you, I was like, you need to go to bed. You're like out of it.
It's because I've been getting up so early because I'm so excited. And then it messes up my sleep schedule.
Yeah, soon you'll feel miserable like the rest of us and you'll sleep in. Kidda 2001 for $10. Where is Odin and his terrible box office predictions? Is he still saying Avatar 2 bombed in the US, China, and the world? LMAO, what a joke.
Yeah, I kind of messed up and didn't. He got his video in on Sunday, and I kind of messed up and I missed uploading it because we've been so busy. So that was my L, not Odin's. So sorry, Odin. He'll be back next week.
Marcus Henry for 10. Super chat for Blue Boy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blue Boy.
Deese BT for 5. Please, G&G gang, enjoy this tear wiper. Thank you. Marcus Henry for another 10. Blue Boy has blue balls. Cut him some slack. Hypnotic for 10. Vilma has better jokes than that, Ryan. Sorry. Also, hi, G&G.
What up? What up? Look at Ryan Dunson dropping a 50 bomb.
50.
Been a few weeks since I super chatted. So here is a chat. Hail. Thank you, Ryan. And right behind him is Matt with another.
He had a front part.
Woo, where's the other one at?
It was $10.
Let me get the first 10 right
pretty
here. Okay, there we go. Matt HTX43. Part 1. Tomorrow is the anniversary of my father's death.
Wow.
He was Commander Rick Husband on the Space Shuttle Columbia STS-107 mission that broke apart during re-entry. He was a great dad who put God first.
Wow, dude.
Wow. And then the second part is right here. Family second and work third. So put God first, family second, work third. God has been faithful to my family. My favorite verse is John 16:33. I have said these things to you that you in me, you may have peace. In the world, you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Matt, nothing but condolences and respect to you and your family and your great dad, man. That is wild. Man, that's looking at, let me go back to the first. So
20 years ago on February 1st. So,
yeah. So there we go right there. So I love that the chat's offering, prayers and praying hands and hearts and all that. So
God, that's so wild, man.
Yeah. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace to your dad, brother. We appreciate the support and appreciate you. And shout out to the chat for being the MVPs.
Yep.
And giving that good feedback, man.
Cole Hauser for 5. Jeremy, where's your Cobra poster? Yo, Joel.
It's right there. Oh, you mean the one that was
one
right
you
there?
Shared? Yeah.
No,
yeah.
the lights were ricocheting on it because it didn't have a lot going on. So I actually moved it. It's outside the door, so it symbolizes that this is the Cobra layer right here. So
Slade Lawton for 5. Also, Kristen, anyone else who owns a baby Yoda, I hope each of them spontaneously combust into a single Orbalisk. Sadly, only Ryan will get that joke. Oh, yes. I completely agree, Slade.
we have Krista's reaction. We have Krista's reaction to that one. If I can find it. Maybe we don't. Nope, and I fucked it up. So never mind.
I was
not
ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
Oh. I didn't think that's the reaction.
It was all about, gay bathhouses and everybody. It's all about round the clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Man.
Sorry, that's Star Wars Celebration. My bad.
Dude, I gotta play something today. I don't know, because I know Ryan, I know you've been running around today. Did you see the person that is a Joe Biden heartbeat away from running this country?
Kamala, when she's talking about fucking astronauts, like she's talking to retarded people.
Dude, this is Rippa, you seen this shit?
Mm-mm.
Holy shit.
It's like how she explained the Ukraine-Russia war, to be honest.
This is so fucking bad.
Which brings me to May 30th, 2020. Bob and Doug returned to the Kennedy Space Center. They suited up, they waved to their families, and they rode an elevator up nearly 20 stories. They strapped in to their seats and waited as the tanks beneath them filled with tens of thousands of gallons of fuel. And then they launched.
Jesus Christ.
Like a children's story or some shit. Like
it's like she's speaking to a bunch of kindergartners.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's talking to fucking astronauts.
Yeah, it's like a children's story, man. That's kind of
They launched. Oh,
Yes,
you know they
that
did.
face
They
right
didn't
there.
pull out fucking toys after that.
Oh, right here again. Listen, yeah, they did.
They launched. Yeah, they did.
Oh my God. It's so fucking embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, it's like it's like a retarded child said something obvious. Like that's like the type of way she's talking to them.
That was my response right there. And this one right here, somebody, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful.
The great white.
This one right here, right here.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. I thought it was. There's an edit that it's just a fucking like short bus.
Yeah.
I thought that's what that was gonna be.
I was hoping.
Oh God, man!
Wait, they launched. Yes, they did on the soundboard.
I couldn't believe how bad that was when I saw it today. Unbelievable.
Mike Hill for
She
5.
doesn't surprise me anymore.
Mike Hill for 5. James Gunn said he didn't fire Henry Cavill because he wasn't hired to play Superman. Well, again, we talked about that a little bit.
Yep.
Real Operative X for 5. How many years? Come on. How many years did Beardo Cry seen himself represented in the 3rd episode of Last of Us? Stay strong, Beardo.
Damn.
How many years? The episode only came out, what, a few days ago?
Yeah.
Give you some time.
There we go.
Jack Hudson for 2. Thank you. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. Jay's the kind of guy who dress up as Swamp Thing in a Vietnam memorial.
Oh shit, that's amazing.
Probably.
All right. This is not the compliment that you would think it is. That is not a compliment at all.
It's not difficult.
That's actually disrespectful to say that.
Jack Hudson for 2. Thank you. I think I said that already. BS Warren for 10. This one goes out to Blue Boy. A lot of Blue Boy chats.
Blue Boy making it happen. How much money's Blue Boy made us tonight? He's definitely sustaining Geeks Gamers headquarters for a little bit longer. Thank you, Blue Boy. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Marcus Henry for 2 says Rolos are weird.
I've never had them, so I can't judge. I can't judge
Oh,
them.
Rolos.
I like
Rolos. Rolos the candy are dumb as shit. I hate them.
Really?
It went right over his
like
head. Raylos are weird. Rolos are weird.
Oh.
Meaning you, motherfucker.
Rolos are weird.
He doesn't watch Geeks and Gamers, Jamie. Samuel Dobson for 10. You guys rock. I wanted to also ask you, what do you think about how TNME's saying anime One Piece is trans? I think most anime is trans.
Hey, you need to stop disrespecting anime, okay? You need to watch. You need to watch Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
All right. You need to watch.
If I wanted to see fucking naked men run around, I'd watch The Last of Us. Fucking episode 3.
Is Blue Boy still here?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh no.
A different one.
I know. Hey, Blue Boy.
I think ours was with BOI.
Samuel Dobson for I said that one. Stephen Wasik for 10. Co-parter Blue Soy. You're gonna make them rich, men and women. Hail to G&G. Thank you, Stephen. G Stan for £5. I suspect when they say True Detective, they just mean different Green Lanterns each season, not necessarily the dark gritty noir style. Maybe, but they said like that it'll include John and Hal in like the first one. So I don't know. Maybe. Weston for 10. I just want to say thanks to Blue Boy for inspiring me to support you. Know that we're winning or that we're living rent free in these freaks' heads.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Good Wrench for 10. Don't catch the Wookiee pox. That's probably for Star Wars Celebration. Cobra Kai, the number 4 show of 2022, according to Nielsen. We need more videos of Cobra Kai and less of Woman King. Less of Odin's bad box office predictions.
I mean, he's getting crushed. Look, and hey, you got to get crushed when you take that stance. I mean, Odin was very much. Not only was he pulling for Avatar to not do good, but he was kind of like really leaning into it. But he never fully said that it wouldn't. But for me, I mean, I've had so many of these fucking losers screenshot his thumbnail and then like tag me. They're like, haha, Jeremy, you're probably seething right now. I'm like, you dumb fuck. I said I love the movie. Like, what's fucking wrong with you? They have no fucking working brain whatsoever. The people that hate us are stupid as fuck. All right? They just are really dumb. And they don't understand that different people can have different opinions and still be like on the same crew and all that. Bunch of losers.
Eric K for 5 to help fund the automatic sack scratcher for Jeremy. Shadow Knight for 10. Evening all. Have you guys heard of the updated Project Veritas and Pfizer confirming it? Also, pineapple's chaotic neutral on pizza, but anchovies, evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the Pfizer stuff earlier.
Mhm.
Floki the Mad for 5, just because Blue Boy. There you go. The silliest goose for 5. This is for you, Blue Boy. The strange dude for 10.
Boy getting destroyed.
The strange dude for 10. Regarding the crying streamer, me, Goodfellas Henry Hill laugh. Yeah, that guy's a bitch. Gray Blade for 250 yen. Hi, Geeks and Gamers and Jay. This is Gray, the partner of Phil in Project Egg Roll podcast. Just want to say thank you for so much support.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Project Egg Roll.
Jay's a big fan. So
my favorite egg roll is when you go to the Japanese fucking house and they just fucking spin an egg. Marksman 117B for 5. Anyone waiting for Atomic Heart, Fallout / Bioshock?
That actually looks pretty dope. Yeah.
Royal Raptor for 10. Have you guys heard about the COD map skin? Look up Seek Dong skin. Look up the map flag and compare. Oh, the MAP, like minor attracted person map. Also, Seek Dong is Korean for colorful children's clothing. I uninstalled the game. Refute the message. I haven't heard shit about that. Kale for 2. I'm a crybaby. That'll super chat to annoy Blue Boy.
Okay, hang on. So this is a different Blue Boy, and apparently Blue Boy came in and he's very confused. Okay. So there was a guy in the chat that was hating on us, and you got caught in the crosshairs. Our apologies.
He spelled his name different.
Yeah, he spells it BLUBOY, all one word.
Yeah, like a bitch. Lord of the Rings nerd for 10. I love watching you guys and laugh my ass off. I've been watching you, Jeremy, since 2018. Love you all. Why does Jay always look like he's going to say big gulps, huh? To Rip and Mike.
I don't know. You want a big gulp, young Rippo?
Ooh, I'm good.
Okay. See you later.
That was good.
That was good.
Big Coffin Hunter for $10 just says Jeremy. There you go.
Nice.
Samurai Vader for 2. Jay, my N-word. How goes it? Hi, slightly dark toad.
Going well.
Frank the Tank for 5. Yes, all hail Blue Boy. How dare you grifters make fun of our hero Blue Boy? This is to cover Jay up again. Hail, Geeks and Gamers.
Hail.
They were a little late.
Quantum DeLorean for 5. Here's to spite Blue Boy. Thank you. Sophie for 6. Hail, just finished overseeing students taking an exam. Only had 2 repeat instructions 5 times. Yay. Anyway, here's to de-stress watching y'all rage. Thank you, Sophie. Jared the American for 2. Eliza Blue Boy.
That's good.
Nice.
There's Blue Boy says no hard feelings. Been watching the show for a while. Keep up. Keep fighting the good fight. Hey man, appreciate you. Appreciate you.
A Money Wilson for 5. I feel inspired by Blue Boy to send a super chat. I love he helps push the super chats out faster. War Machine for $5. Heyo, Blue Soy. Frank the Tank for 5. But you know, Jeremy, it's a genius move to create the Blue Boy account to get more money out of us. It's a hell of a grift.
Pretty good.
Basilisk for 5. The Last of Us episode 3 gave me a newfound appreciation for the skip button. It's tough to skip when there's no other episodes out yet. I said that. MMA Crease King for 5. Sup, Jeremy? This new DC slate looks all right. I'm excited for Batman Brave and the Bold. Who's better, G&G family, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
No.
Agree.
Michael Jackson's the greatest, period.
Prince is,
the greatest entertainer to ever live is Michael Jackson.
No fucking
Prince is amazing.
How
okay?
dare you fucking
but
besmirch the name of Prince?
I didn't say anything bad about Prince. I just said Michael Jackson's the GOAT, and he is. Like, he's the single greatest entertainer to ever live.
Fucking not.
No one is close to Michael Jackson.
No fucking
okay?
way.
That's just a fact.
Shit.
Why you're upset about this, Mike?
Yeah.
This really fucking bothers me. Wow.
I mean, no disrespect. Prince is amazing.
He's the
and
best.
Prince Prince is like, if you're just talking like musically, then it's an argument. But if you're talking about overall, musically, entertainer, dancing, singing, performing, the impact, it's Michael Jackson. It's Michael Jackson, and it's not close. Rippa, Michael Jackson or Prince?
I guess. I don't know. Like, as an overall musician, yeah. I guess you go with it's hard to beat Michael just because he did everything. He's a way better singer than Prince was. But Prince was, I guess the musicianship probably was better.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. I mean, like, if you tell me just pure musicianship,
he was a creator and multi-instrumentalist, and his ability to craft songs. Whereas the Mike had a lot of guys helping him out, between Quincy and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to go against Mike in terms of just his impact and the fact that he was as a performer and as a singer.
I mean, if you want to be called the king, don't call yourself the prince. All right, that's all you got to say. JMB Elite fan for 10.
Although LeBron kind of destroys that narrative real quick.
Well, listen, I think when we call him the king, we're actually dead naming him. LeBron James has transitioned into a piece of shit. So, JMB Elite fan for 10. The last hour of Sunday's Mario Kart is the most glorious G&G content ever. 10 to 10 would watch again. Shout out to Mike and Beardo for being troopers, Krista and Johnny for being savages, and everyone for not getting pissed over obvious jokes and roasts.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about, man. That's what Mario Kart, which will be Monday Night Mario Kart now. And we're still so I think we get it confirmed today, Krista and Rolo. So we're going to host a member stream about an hour before, or an hour and a half before, for an hour. So we'll still stream that, play with our premium members, and then we'll go live doing the big stream on Mondays. So we'll kill two birds with one stone there. And but we're going to be playing a lot more games on this channel and on the Twitch channel, which Krista will be running. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, talking shit that's what it's all about. If you ain't this is why when these social justice weirdos create these protective bubbles around certain groups of people, it's like, no. Getting made fun of, that's part of acceptance. That's how it is. You just have to go through it. I changed schools a lot, like growing up, because of my dad's job, because he was a business owner, but he opened up different businesses. And so I had to change schools a lot. I got roasted for those first 2 weeks every fucking time. You just have to take the lumps and roll with it. But after that, it's all gravy. But yeah, we just man, it's brutal on Mario Kart Mondays. So it will be.
JM the Elite fan for another 10 on Odyssey. Rippa, I heard your stream died Sunday. The clues point to it being Koopa with a cart in the Peach Garden. Did Joe kill it in Minecraft or something? Despite all of Rippa's Mario Kart talent, Joe is the UMBC to Rippa's University of Virginia.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you the problem with streams, Rippa, okay? It's Johnny. Since Johnny's gotten so good, he's fucked everything up now. When he's not there, there's a lot more competition and head-to-head stuff. When Johnny's there, he fucks everything up. Johnny's the problem. So, fuck Johnny.
Yeah.
Play against the premium members. That's how Johnny got good all the time.
Hey, I wrecked the premium members
You did last night, but somehow Johnny got better.
Wrecked them. I mean, it was so bad. Listen, I know you guys enjoyed the week off premium members, but I'd hope you show up next week, okay? Because you took the night off last night, okay? So it was pretty embarrassing.
Damn.
Pretty embarrassing.
Salty Source Rex for $20 on locals. Never mind, found it. There you go. Thank you. Streamlabs, Nicholas K. Nicholas K. I think it used to be Nicholas Kerr, actually. For 3. It did. Is it true the last episode of Last of Us broke the internet's back?
That's good. That's a good play on words.
You're BS Warren for 30. You're talking about the same company which made Mortal Kombat movie without Johnny Cage. If they pull that, they'll totally put Damian Wayne in a Batman movie without Nightwing or Red Hood. Watch, they'll probably try to do it without Batman too. Maybe. And Nakamamon for a series of Streamlabs.
The abuser of Streamlabs?
Yeah. For $3 a piece. I said I was out if Cavill was out. That has not changed. This announcement solidified that. The Gunn clearly just wants to make the stuff he wants to make. He does not care about the fans. Plus, the guy likes Tom King. No one who likes Tom King should ever be near DC. Everything I love is dead. I only care about the previous IPs I loved if they're in Fortnite now. I'm learning about 40K in preparations for Cavill's show. Hopefully, that doesn't go to shit too. Gunn not only had pedo parties, he was also friends with Jimmy Urine, an open pedophile. Had a video game called Lollipop Chainsaw, which has a sexualized underage girl. Had a naked 15-year-old in Slither and is keeping Ezra Miller and making everyone younger. All these superhero movies just fall short. I hope someone... Oh, hold on. And that was a different one. Part 4. Sorry. That's a lot of red flags. I personally don't want to take anyone from Hollywood's word for it. The guy does go on Trump rants. There's usually a link between that and pedos. Plus, stop saying he's a great filmmaker. Guardians of the Galaxy is only a great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Suicide Squad were 7s. Everything else a 5 or below. Everything he makes in an adaptation or a ripoff. He's basically JJ. Also, if you think Damian Wayne means there'll be other Robins, remember, Adam Warlock is in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. No timelines. Sorry about that long rant. I'm pretty passionate about this stuff. To quote Rippa's favorite song of all time, High Enough by Damn Yankees, we don't need to talk about it anymore. Yesterday's just a memory. Can we close the door? I'll see myself out.
It's such a random Rippa.
Encino Man dropping it down.
No, the best. This is Jay's meme power. Like as soon as we started reading it, the chat started filling up with Encino Man comments.
Yes, they
all
did.
because
The chat
of
was like
Jay.
all Encino Man. Enoch Mamon, that's your name for now and forever.
Encino. Thank you.
You might as well
Enoch
just make the
Mamon.
second account now or just change it.
Thank you, Nakamon. And I do see you, Saltysaurus Rex, over in our locals chat, which I want to get that locals chat hyped up every fucking week. I want you guys in there talking shit, dropping memes. We got Saltysaurus Rex just dropping a $20 tip over on locals. Thank you, Saltysaurus Rex. We need to put, and it's on us to get locals more active. So we're going to put a little work into that and get locals more active so you guys see us over there. Kyle Jordan Gaming says, I don't know how locals works. It's a little confusing at first, but if you join the Geeks and Gamers, when again, you can join it for free. And then, you know, to be able to interact, you have to be a paying member. So, but if you can join us over there, and then we can help you out.
Titty Smacker for $3. All these superhero movies just fall short. I hope someone makes an IP that's original for a change.
Ryan waits for those.
Y'all are so immature. S. Dodson for 15. What do you guys think about the My Pillow guy going on Jimmy Kimmel's show tonight? I think it'll be hilarious. Also looking for music recommendations. I have a song, Why Beer's Better Than Women, stuck in my head. Sounds like a country song. Also, hail Geeks and Gamers and ISOM.
I didn't know that he was going on tonight, but I tend to believe that Jimmy Kimmel's going to talk to him like he's a retarded 5-year-old. You know, he's going to talk down to him. He's going to talk to him like he's childish, and it's going to be very passively aggressive, disrespectful without being in your face on it. That's what I assume it'll be. He'll probably make fun of him for Trump. He'll probably make fun of him for, other things. That's what I assume it'll be. Mike Lindell. Yes.
All right. Scroll down. Fat naked Jimmy Neutron for $2. You think Blue Boy's going to be in the drag show? Probably. K Hobo for $5. Blue Boy's never been touched by a member of the opposite sex. Also, ISOM was a solid read. Thanks, Rippa.
Appreciate that.
It's Glenn for $2. Even Krista has more testosterone than Blue Soy. Joe C 818 Pure Blood for $5. For your information, Blue Boy was the name of a popular gay nude magazine in the 80s and 90s. You guys rock. Cheers. B Carswell for $2. Jeremy, I made Alabama white sauce. Tastes powerful.
Nice. Ryan would be very interested.
Sounds like cum. Revenge of the Netherrealm for 2. Here's a blue boy for Eliza Blue. Cheese. Oh, hold on. Here's a blue boy for Eliza Blue cheese. Gross. Bebop for 5. I had to choose between clicking a Pornhub ad or spite blue balls. Take my $5.
You didn't pay for it, did you? As long as you didn't pay, you're fine.
That's really
you don't
good.
pay, you're fine.
Asmer for 5 pounds. Hail to the panel, especially my boys, Beardo and Epic Mike.
Thanks, Nasmer.
Alex Slusher for 2. Thank you. CD Stein for 5. Levi has been outspoken several years ago about the problem with psychological pharmaceuticals. So in all reality, he probably wasn't talking about the jab. Yeah, I didn't think he was when that happened either. Good point, CD Stein. Eric Stratton for $7.77. What kind of candy is Krista eating? Is it from Diagon Alley?
No, it's Kit Kat from 7-Eleven.
Classy.
King size.
Nice.
King size. Static 2020 for 5.
Ryan wanted to make a joke. Ryan wanted to make a joke. I could tell. I could tell.
Yeah. I want.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
No, don't ask him that, Krista.
Okay.
There's gonna be a joke about your preference in size.
King size?
Oh no.
Yeah. What about Magnum sized?
What?
That's the next step up.
Huh?
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
They're bigger, more powerful bullets.
Yeah, not as much diversity up in Canada as you guys thought, huh?
Full metal jacket.
Magnums are just high-powered bullet.
Everything is smaller in Canada.
Cartridges,
including the penises. Somehow, Mark the Cyborg just keeps getting roasted.
Help me.
Stop putting that next to your fucking face.
Yes, Krista, stop.
God. Static for $5. I wonder if his wife has to sit behind him every time he's on the computer now. Probably. Samuel Dodson for 5. Hail Geeks and Gamers. Sorry I can't give more. I might sound like an uninformed dork. What's your opinion on the Critical Role D&D series? I never watched it. I think it's cool to have different people in like the geek and nerd space and voice actors and stuff like that doing that, but I never got into it.
I think it's good that D&D is getting exposure, but anytime you have exposure, you have to remember to gatekeep, because then you get bad actors in there that go, hey, I think we should have wheelchair representation in D&D because fantasy games need wheelchairs. And also you have an issue where people think that that's the accurate representation of what D&D is actually like when you're sitting around a table playing it with your friends. It's not always going to be like Matthew Mercer. Everybody has different styles of storytelling. So taper your expectations and just have fun with it. Wow. It's amazing.
What is that?
It's you.
It's Derpio.
But it's look at the face that it made with the emojis.
Yeah.
Look at that face. It could be titties, but then you put fucking like you put a nose and shit on it. Like you flipped it around. Look at that thing.
I'm impressed.
It's a work of art.
Too. Vintalo for 5. Hail to Jay on his upcoming projects. Much love to the panel.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
GG Gamer for $1. Thank you. Spiderclaw for 5. Is Chris's move going to be permanent? Got to get her out of commie Canada ASAP. Based on the size of the penises in Canada, she might want to stay here. Who knows? Objectively a cat for 5. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you, Joel.
Mike.
He says all that, and Chris is just like,
oh, poor Krista.
I'm fucking dying.
She did it herself. Jacob for 27. Is that Swedish money, I think? What is you guys, girls' opinions on Amber Heard? She's a dumbass lying bitch. Go fuck herself.
Yeah.
She shits in beds.
That's everything. Everything you said in that comment, right there. That's it.
It's not housebroken.
Tinsote for 5. Do y'all think that even though James Gunn's rebooting the DCU, the Snyderverse could continue as a comic series in the way they did with Batman 89? I think everyone's got to realize that shit is fucking stale, man.
Yeah, I'd rather just get more Neil Cuckman's Last of Us than Snyder's DCEU. Okay, that's how fucking trash that is. So nothing to do with it.
Slade Lawton for 2. Ripa, did you know Marcus Aurelius died? That's way back there.
Ripa's still getting road. How long have we been doing Tuesday night's main event? This shit ain't gone away.
Slade said that Duck Undefined. Duck Undefined. I don't know. For $5. Best Disney superhero film ever made, Condor Man.
What is Condor Man?
I don't know. Jay knows it.
I don't.
What is
Just
it, Jay?
laughing.
Tell us what's going
for
on, Jay.
hours.
Got the giggles.
Nice. Ryan's
Without
like
flapping his
Duff. I don't know. He just
Ducky
kept reading.
Ducky Undefined. I don't know if it's supposed to mean something. Like a racial slur. A Ducky Undefined. Whatever. David Nelson for $5. Ripa, would you ever consider
the big screen? He's like, I'm not gonna be
I was gonna leave it and tell him it got stuck.
Yeah, I want to turn the camera.
Ripa, would you ever consider having your world become a tabletop RPG?
Yeah, I mean, if I can justify the expense, yeah. I mean, I'm open.
Go. Taryn the Black for 5. Michael is the greatest performer of all time. Michael's the greatest performer of all time. Prince basically wrote the 80s music scene. Both of them warned us about what the music industry is.
I agree with that. I mean, there's greatness for both of those guys, but overall, Michael's just on another level in terms of overall entertainer.
Steven Wasick for 10. I'm still mad I couldn't outrace Steph. I kind of got peer pressured into picking Paris and Baby Park to troll Jeremy.
Yeah. Steph actually won a race.
I know. I was playing really good last night.
Yeah. Weird.
And Knock Maman,
12th place gang.
abuser of Streamlabs for 2. I accept my label as Encino Man.
There you go.
Well done.
Payne Cabal for 2. Be nice to Blue. Transitioning is emotionally hard. That's the rumor. Project Egg Roll with 5 gifted Geeks Gamers memberships. Thank you. I know WG,
Project Egg Roll.
I know WG even before the stream started also gifted some memberships.
I called it. I mentioned.
I think he did some later.
He did. He got 5 more later. He got 5 in the beginning and 5 about 30 minutes ago. Shout out to WG.
D Canyon. Member for a month. If they do bring in Nightwing, I'd love to see them use the actor from the Titans show. Nah, move off him, in my opinion. Valientes, member for 4 months. Disney Star Wars is trash, and after today, it's sick. Scott McKenzie, Jay, you rock. Keep sticking up for truth and our kids.
Thank you.
JG just ordered a hoodie and a shirt of Drunk 3PO's new pirate merch from 9 Line Apparel. Use the secret promo code and save 20%.
Oh, thank you. That was I didn't really push it that much. But since you asked, I have it right here.
It's actually pretty dope.
It says Dead Man Tells No Tales on the back.
That looks dope.
Yeah. It's only available for like 8 more days. So there it
Front
is.
is good too.
9 Line Apparel.
Saint Adam says, Hail Geeks and Gamers. Thank you. The Lost Tales says, hope to continue my support. Hail all. Thank you for being you. Thank you, The Lost Tales.
Thank you.
Saratano, member for 12 months, says, I'm alive, but I'm going through a mental breakdown right now. Fuck January. I canceled most of my YouTube memberships, but I am okay and alive, just working on myself.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through a rough time, Sarah. I hope you're okay.
Give Saratano some love.
I saw your post on Twitter.
I'm gonna retweet it right now. Let me go find it. Let's see.
That sucks.
Let's see. Sarah's good people.
Where am I? I think we're caught up.
Okay. So we I'll find that here in just a minute, or if Steph, if you can drop me a link to it. But all right, so Tuesday night's main event is in the books once again, and as we've said, Monday Night Mario Kart starts happening this coming Monday. Wednesday, Fortnite with the new Dragon Ball skins. Krista, what's going on with the new Dragon Ball stuff?
They just added a Gohan and Piccolo skin to Fortnite. It was a sudden surprise. I love the skins. Shout out to Canman for giving them to me. I love them.
Yeah, they look. The Piccolo looks really cool. Piccolo looks really cool. So now we got to deal with the Kamehameha and the Deku Smash, which is going to be fucking bullshit.
And the hammers.
And the hammers.
Oh my God, we're gonna need Jay. He's the only one that can use those things.
My daughter was pretty pissed about the Kamehameha.
But this is what Fortnite
Sure,
does.
man. You were getting those double kills with the Deku Smash, man. I can't use that crap.
This
actually
is
did get one
a part
earlier.
of their whole
later,
scheme. They put in certain shit in the game that makes it almost unplayable, pisses off a whole bunch of the masses that like to play the game, and then it gets trending on Twitter. Everyone's take out this, take out this, take out the hammer, and then when they do it, everybody floods back in. They've done it so many times.
Although they had plans to keep the tanks in, but Rip, after playing the game for 3 days, tags them on Twitter. Fortnite game, take the fucking tanks out the game, and then like a week later they took them out. But then Rip stopped playing it and never came back. Oh shit, that was so funny. I'm like, Rip his bitch ass acting like he's been playing this game for 5 years, getting on Twitter atting them, and they go, oh shit, a blue check mark, they're tagging us, we got to get rid of them. But yeah, so tomorrow night here on this channel, on the main channel, we gave you a little tease of that. I believe, what was it? What Saturday was it? When was
it? After Mario Kart, right?
It was after Mario. Was after? Yes, after Mario Kart. So Sunday night. But yeah, so we're gonna run Wednesday night Fortnite tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome. Me and Ryan. Ryan, are we doing our show on Patriot Outpost tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Patriot Outpost, we're doing me and Ryan. I'm sure Suresh will be there for our political show. So yeah, man, just a lot of crap going on. I'll be on Critical Drinker stream on Thursday, and then we obviously have Friday Night Tights. Melanie Mack is a special guest. It's going to be awesome. So thank you guys for all of the support. Again, this is Tuesday night's main event. This is our biggest show we do every week. Obviously, we are getting everything rolling here in Orlando, and I never imagined we would be at this place where we are with Geeks and Gamers. And again, that's a thanks to all of you. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate this team. Appreciate everybody that supports us. The only way this is possible is because of all of you. This is a nerve-wracking, kind of task that we've taken on, and I'm really nervous about it. But it's necessary for the next step for what we're doing here. So your support is appreciated now more than ever. And we're going to do our best to kick ass and give you guys the best entertainment we possibly can. So thank you so very much. It's been great having Beardo and Rolo here. You're going to see them every week. So good to have them on. And I think they're going to, definitely give us some more good takes here. And, you guys have enjoyed them on the gaming streams. So looking forward to the future of that. And yeah, so Jay was here, but he didn't talk, but that's okay. Just kidding. Jay had a nice rant, a nice rant. Legendary rant. It was pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, thanks to Ripa, thanks to Rolo, Beardo, Drunk 3PO, Kristen Nova, My Nerdy Home, Epic Mike, and of course, everyone's favorite super chat reader, Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost. So we're gonna go ahead. I think we got a couple more that came in. Let me see. Don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, and check private chat as well.
Okay. Right here. So yes, I did see that. We actually tweeted about this. That was one shout out to the girls, Krista and Steph, for getting ahead of the news a lot of times. So this biopic, this Michael Jackson biopic, I think that's a good move. Obviously, I know Taj Jackson, who's one of Michael's nephews as well. It's still crazy to me. That I know a member of the Jackson family. That's insane. For those that don't know, so Taj is a really big advocate for Michael and his name and his innocence, because he is innocent. He never did anything wrong. Just a bunch of media bullshit. It always has been that way. And I never really spoke about it, but I was doing a live stream years ago, and Taj had been watching since The Last Jedi. He told me this story. We talked about this. I had a live stream. I had Taj on this channel before. And so someone super chatted asking me about my thoughts on Michael Jackson. And I basically went on a rant about how he's innocent and he's the greatest of all time. And Taj was watching that stream. He told me, he said, this moment they asked you, it's like I held my breath. I was like, oh my God, what's he going to say? And then he said, you came out in support of my uncle. And I was like, hell yeah, man. And so yeah, it's wild. It's wild that I know Taj Jackson. It's crazy. He watches Geeks and Gamers. That is insane to me. And he watches a lot of channels in this sphere. So it's not just Geeks and Gamers, but yeah, that's super, super cool. Let's see. Where are we at? I had a few more come in. Let me see. Damn it. Grab some of them if you see them, Ryan. I'm trying to look for them now. Hang on. There we go.
Ryan's life coach for $20. Today's class, teaching Ryan to pee standing up. Thank you.
wait a minute. Wait. What was that?
It says Ryan's life coach for $20. Today's class, teaching Ryan to pee standing up.
Do you pee like laying down or sitting down?
The implication would be that I pee down. That's the joke.
Yeah, I get it.
Not typically, no.
Okay. I'm just saying. So, all right. Ducky Undefied. Is that right?
Defined?
Ducky, yeah, defied.
Defined as in find. No one remember Condor Man with Michael Crawford, 1980s. Ducky Undefined. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
I looked it up, and I don't think anybody would know about it. So,
all right, let me see.
Pity smacker for $3. Jimmy Kimmel is a cunt ass bitch.
Let's see.
For Rip, I saw a little bit ago.
Here we go. Rippa, Super Mastermind, at Young Rippa 59. GURPS by Steve Jackson Games is a game system that lets several worlds exist together and IPs, a cheap way to enter that field with built-in players. There you go.
Interesting.
There you go. All right, I think that's it. I think we're caught up. Weston says just ordered a long TJ. They're dope.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that, Jay.
I'll take it.
He's having the week of a life, guys. Thank you.
Every week.
All right.
Thank you, Weston. Seriously, thank you.
Appreciate everybody. Anybody got anything to plug? Anybody going live? Anything like that? Beardo, you going live? I know you go live on Twitch all the time.
I'll probably go live sometime tomorrow morning.
Okay, so go follow Fear the Beardo on Twitch. Mods, drop a link. Also, Rolo, anything to shout out? You got your Locked and Loaded Latinos podcast, and you and Joe. So
we're live. Joe, my better half, you see her here on different streams as well. Latina Locked and Loaded. We do a podcast every Sunday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Check that out. We've got the Fortnite stream tomorrow night, and we'll have some park hopping as well.
Nice. All right, good stuff. Rippa, anything to plug?
Nah, you can still get ice on one over at riververse.com and some other merchandise. That's about it.
All right, there you go. Jolly Roger says, why are you missing my member chat? Did we? We didn't do it intentionally. I'll tell you that much. We didn't do it intentionally. So let me see let Ryan see if he can track that down. I'll let people say their goodbyes. Drunk 3PO.
Well, it's all things Drunk 3PO. It's been a great week so far. So see how this week comes up doing. So
I'm happy. I'm happy.
It's not on the list.
Pretty happy.
I think it's this one.
My bad.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, member for 3 months. Yeah. Jeremy, please explain the content of house. Is it for YouTube production or will it be fan access? Also, are you going to be doing game competitions in the future?
So yeah, so Geeks Gamers headquarters is for content production, and so it won't be for any access for anyone else beyond the team and direct content that we're providing. And me and Ryan are planning on doing a daily show once we can kind of get everything set up here, and some more members of the team might be here. I'm between Pensacola and Orlando, so I'm still back and forth. Ryan is still he's got his setup that he was still at. He still has his residence there. So there's a lot of sacrifices that are going on many different levels, not just for the individuals you see on camera, but I learned at a young age on my YouTube career to not bring up my personal life at all. So I don't discuss that anymore at all in any capacity. But there are people beyond the cameras that are affected in everything we're doing, not just with me, but everyone involved. And I'm lucky to have friends and family and team that have understanding friends and family as well. So we are all taking on a lot of sacrifices, and that's why there's so much pressure to make this happen. And we've got about a year to be successful based on everything we have going on with budgets and stuff. So we're going to do everything we can to kick ass. In the future, we don't know what the future holds, but obviously if this venture is successful, then other opportunities will arise. And there are people that I've had discussions with that could probably open those doors. Will I give access to those people that can open those doors? That's always a tough question to answer, but good opportunities are there for us as long as we're able to maximize it. So but thank you guys so much. And then we got My Nerdy Home. What's up?
What's up? Hello. Yeah, you can follow me at My Nerdy Home everywhere. Okay. Thank you, Jeremy.
I always like to be quiet to see, like, because I hate dead air on a stream, but sometimes it's just funny to see if like someone's gonna just figure out something else to say. That was really good.
Thank you,
Epic
Jeremy.
Mike. Epic Mike.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Somebody's gonna clip that and go, he's running a cult. They're scared of him. Look, she's terrified. Ripa doesn't even look at the camera anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah,
Look at him.
You can catch me on Twitch under _epic_Mike. I haven't been posting a lot of content recently, like, just got a lot of stuff going on, but that should be changing soon. So I should be posting a lot more probably next month. Excited about that. Posting on my YouTube channel again as well next month. And then you can catch me every Monday on either Mario Kart or D&D or both, and we'll figure that all out. But yeah, I'm always doing something with Geeks and Gamers, and catch me every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. on Amanda Daywalker Comedy's channel. We do a podcast called Day Talkers. It's a complete degenerate mess, but we have a good time, and yeah, she's been posting a lot more sketches and stuff on there. It's good stuff, so go check her out there.
Hell yeah, man. When I was talking about sacrifices and stuff and things that you guys are not aware of, one thing that I think we really have to be thankful for more than anything is that Drunk 3PO is still here. He's still here.
Yeah.
Even though we have dropped below 1,900 viewers. That is the ultimate
Thank
sacrifice.
you all for putting me on the show. I appreciate it. I will see y'all next week.
Oh, that was a good one right there. Kristen Nova, what do you got going on?
I'm here, and tomorrow I'm going to the park, so I'll be there. Beep.
Well said, Kristen Nova. Well said. All right, so Ryan, take us away. Patriot Outpost. Subscribe to Patriot Outpost. Ryan and me are doing. Jay's in the backstage, but I'm not letting him in. I'm just gonna leave him back there. So actually, no, he left. I couldn't even add him. Subscribe to Patriot Outpost. We have our political show tomorrow over there. We're going to talk about Donald Trump's announcements. We're going to probably make fun of Kamala Harris. We're going to talk about the Trump DeSantis situation.
We still got to talk about Paul Pelosi, that video that came out. We got to talk about what Suresh is there.
Yeah.
As a former cop who's like probably seen some real weird shit.
I'd love to hear what Suresh has to say about what just happened with the police, those 5 police officers this past week. So I know
I'm sure he'll know. I'm sure he'll know, like everyone else, that it's really white supremacism's fault. Right?
Yeah, I heard that. But Ryan, tell them where they can find you.
RK Outpost, Patriot Outpost, Sports Wars. About to post a video of Steph Curry, who wants you to live your life a certain way, wants gun control, wants to help fucking underprivileged people. But when there's low-income housing that's about to move in behind his mansion, he literally tries to stop the city from letting it happen. Because he's a woke
fucking
bitch.
piece of shit. He's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Steph Curry. overrated motherfucker, as I've always said. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. Great episode of Tuesday Night's Main Event. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for Fortnite and tomorrow on Patriot Outpost for the political show. Have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Later.